This is the Lift Up podcast.
And we are recording. We are live.
We got Jeff Ahmed with us, way back from repeat guest from episode 2.
Was it
way
2?
back, yeah, episode 2. Second guest ever. How you doing, man?
Really good?
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, that's good. So, Jeff, if you've been living under a rock, nah, seriously, some people probably don't know. Jeff approached Steve and I, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, about wanting to be an owner in a martial arts, or he actually approached us about what it would take to kind of open his own place, and those talks kind of turned into you becoming a part owner in Cohesion as it exists today. So we finalized all that early this month. So Jeff is officially on board as an owner with Steve and I, and so we haven't had a chance to kind of toast that.
Congratulations.
So we're going to toast that here on the podcast.
Here we go.
Figured this was a good place to introduce it. We kind of introduced it to the world.
In spirit, bro. You're too far.
That's right. Got you guys.
I'll do it for Jason. But now we introduced it to the Cohesion world back in, I guess, the beginning of the month when we did our newsletter. And Jeff, you've had a what's it? Talk about what you're wanting to do, like what your end goal in kind of exploring these options is.
I mean, the end goal at the end of the day is to get financial freedom away from corporate America. Like, I've been in corporate America for 20 years, right out of high school, and I've climbed the corporate ladder for the entire time. And I mean, I'm blessed and appreciative to have a beautiful home and a great salary, but corporate America fucking sucks.
It does.
I can't stand all those people. They're all
Amen.
statistical.
Oh, for sure.
Fucking, I want to chase the American dream. And ever since I stepped foot in Cohesion, it's always felt right. It's always felt good. And then just over time, where I got to the point where like I want to invest in something.
Yeah.
Like it felt like a foregone conclusion. Like if anything, I'm mad at myself for not approaching you guys before. But better late than never.
Yeah, I've told this story many times on the podcast, but Jeff
Actually, I think you did talk to me about it before, but I think it was just like very brief.
Yeah, then I think he did, and then he
can't
kind of went
remember.
through his midlife
I feel like he
crisis
did.
for a
Yeah.
while there.
I was too busy chasing.
Yeah.
Then he bought a vehicle.
Yeah, but Jeff is which I've mentioned this on the podcast. Jeff is my original training partner. I always call him that. It was me and Jeff living at Cohesion. Steve kept joking he was going to put a mat or a cot for us because we were here so much.
I was gonna make the changing room into your guys' place to live.
And the other place we had 2 changing rooms, so we're just going to name them Jeff and Josh.
And it's true because we were on the mats 4 or 5
Oh
hours
God!
a day.
Yeah.
Oh my God, lunch. I think morning
Well,
lunch.
we were doing private in the morning, and then we had lunch class back then, and then we were coming for fundamentals and advanced as well. And then we were also training with John on the side in the the Bangarang?
The Bangarang crew.
Bangarang garage.
Sounds like if y'all had just been sleeping on the mat, you'd had an Oklahoma Daisy Fresh.
Yep.
So,
It was a great time. It helped us progress fast. And
for sure.
We just fell in love.
Those early years definitely became
Dude, I don't even know like the hours that were logged. I mean, God,
Yeah,
I don't
lost track.
It had to been easily in the hundreds, easily.
Yeah, there was times Steve was like, I'm tired of seeing you guys' fucking face. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you were definitely seeing us probably at some point more than you were seeing your family.
Freaking, it was great.
So, and you had an interesting, probably year and a half of medical, like just trying to take you out.
Yeah, non-fucking stop, dude. Like, it started with about a year and a half ago. I got a brown recluse fucking bite.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. And I got the scar to this day to prove it.
The multiple scars from multiple
scars.
bites.
Because I've been bit 6 times now. And the old wives' tale is once you've been bit once, they keep coming after you. They get a taste.
It must be true.
That's crazy,
At this
dude.
point, and what's crazy is nobody else in my house is getting bit. None of my friends are getting
Do you
bit.
know? Do you know like where? Did you like find the brown lacrosse nest or anything?
Never found it. For all I know, it's the same bitch that keeps biting me over and over.
So how many bites?
That's your roommate. That's your new roommate.
That's what it is. Fucking, I got 6 of them, and I got
Oh my God,
one of these
6
days-
bites?
Yeah, Jason's gonna help me put tattoos over every single one of them.
Okay.
like bullet holes or something.
Right?
Nice. But 6. I don't think I know
Jesus
anybody that's ever been
Bro,
bit
listen.
by 6 spiders.
I
let
see a
alone-
spider and I'm like,
I'm not fucking around with it.
No.
I don't. Yeah, I call if I see cobwebs in my garage. I call my guy that sprays, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm seeing cobwebs. You need to come
Yeah.
spray."
so my thing is this. So like in Osage County, there's a species of tarantula that clears a 6-foot
Hey, look up
vertical.
those. I was going to mention that. Look up those tarantulas.
Osage County,
Yeah.
Oklahoma tarantula.
And look up a fucking brown recluse bite too, because they're wicked.
They're
They
nasty.
turn
They
into a
just
whole-
tear the skin off.
Yeah, you end up with a big crater in your
They
arm.
kill the skin, right?
That screen share should be active as well. Just so you know.
Oh, there it is. The brown.
The brown tarantula. That's the one, right?
Dude, yeah, dude.
Let's go to images.
Yeah. Pull up some of those. Pull up those bad boys.
Oh, stop,
out.
dude.
No,
Jesus.
And they don't scare me. I'll punch one of those motherfuckers.
I've never seen one in the
punch
wild
one. I've
yet.
seen
But
one.
if I
Listen,
do,
hey,
I'm
listen,
gonna cry.
When it starts getting night and I'm leaving shift from the firehouse.
They run across the road.
Oh my dude, they're in the middle of the road fighting.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm out. I'm out.
Boss, dude.
I'm out.
Look
I'm
up
not fucking with that shit.
put jumping tarantula.
Hey, speaking of jumping, you see these jumping
Osage County,
spiders?
Osage County.
You see these
Oklahoma.
jumping spiders back east?
No.
You haven't seen them?
No, not east.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the Middle
back-
East, yeah.
No, back like on the East Coast. Well, after we look at this,
Look,
There's a
see
jumping-
see if there's a video.
yeah, go to YouTube.
Putting Jason
Tarantula jumps
hell
from
no.
arm.
Oh, that's not gonna be it.
Oh, mountain lions. Oh no, that's
Mountain. What?
In Osage,
Yeah, we have one.
spiders killing mountain
hey,
lions.
same
go.
one.
Hey, type in East Coast flying spider.
Oh my god.
Oh, I heard that those
Yeah.
were.
It's a thing now. Like, what the fuck is going on in this world?
moving their way over to Oklahoma too.
Yeah, there you go. It's flying.
Then they had very long legs. Giant venomous flying spiders.
Yeah, that's the one. That's it. Pop that up. Pop that shit up. Pop that shit up.
If you have a fear of spiders,
Yeah,
this
I fucking
venomous
do.
flying arachnid will send you running.
Oh,
Oh no,
Hell
I got to go. Like, no.
No.
And experts believe the
I've seen
Joro
those.
Wait, that looks like a
spider
weaver.
will descend on the
brain.
East
It looks like a
Coast
weaver.
later this year.
Yeah, look at that.
The brightly hued bug, native to East Asia, first
hell no.
arrived on U.S. soil years ago.
Why don't they
a
just
leading
burn that
theory
country
suggests
down?
the critters were unintentionally transported here via cargo shipments
same
and
country that
personal
started the
travel
COVID.
for settling in
Yeah,
Georgia.
unintentionally.
Now they're
Climate
sending
here
us- Look at that
actually
thing.
mimics
Get
their
the
habitat
fuck
and their
outta here.
native range, so it's really, really similar. So they can,
What?
exist from the southeastern U.S. all the way,
No.
north into Canada.
Burn it.
They'll be hard to
Oh,
miss.
God.
What the fuck is she doing?
Quite large.
Get the
With a
fuck outta
leg
here.
span of up to 4 inches
No way.
and the ability
I'm
to
out.
fly
That's
by
the thing.
releasing
Those-
silk threads
they don't
into the
scare me.
air,
I'll clap that
reminiscent
motherfucker.
of
Really?
the scene from
All
Charlotte's
day.
Web.
I'm over that.
I've seen a flying wasp-looking
But this
thing that was
is
this
not
big.
fiction.
I don't know
okay
what
with
that
that.
is.
Eastern
It
US,
was
they're
massive.
probably here to
Flying
stay for
around
the
my
long term.
patio.
They might look scary,
look
but
up
experts say they don't
bird
pose
spider.
any real risk
that
to
shit.
humans
That's what that
and
looks
pets,
like, but smaller.
except for maybe
A bird
fucking-
spotter?
Bird spider.
Oh my god, bird spiders
Japan.
are fucking scary too. They're in Japan, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not. I just don't have fucking place for them. I don't. Same thing with fucking snakes, man. I don't fucking.
I love
I
snakes.
hate them all too. I'm with you.
Fuck,
I'll
man.
kill them. I
Yeah.
enjoy killing them.
Right there, look. You see the one picking up the bird?
Wow.
Third
What
picture.
the fuck is that thing right
It's
there?
that's a rooster.
Monster.
That is not a fucking spider.
Then they kill birds?
Yeah,
Kill
they pick them
birds.
up. That's what they call a bird spider.
Is that in its fucking?
Look at that.
my-
Oh my god.
That's in its web.
Jesus.
It's
no.
in its web.
No, he picked them up from
No
the floor.
fucking way. What kind of bird is that?
I don't know, but it's a giant bird. It
dead
says-
one.
Dead one.
This is what it is.
Jesus
Like a lunch.
fuck.
Oh my.
Look at that one. Go back up. Go right there. Nope. Down 2 more. 1 more. Right there. What the fuck is that? That's
Here?
as big as a log. No, right above that.
Oh, Lord.
That's fake.
That's
a Goliath spider.
That's the
But the one
Goliath.
below it is a hummingbird stuck in
What the fuck?
Echo.
That was the
these
cock,
are,
the 6-foot cock. The bird spider eat the 6-foot cock.
These are dinosaur spiders.
Wait, look at that one right there to the right. No, down, left. Yep.
Oh, is that a bat at a house?
That looks like a hummingbird.
Orb weaver.
Click on it.
Spider.
No way.
Oh my God, bro.
And it's a
It's
bird.
in his web.
That's a dead bird.
In his web, and he's eating it.
Get the fuck out of here,
No way. I'm out. Get the fuck out of here.
All right,
Imagine if one of those pops in.
Let's get back on topic here.
Spiders.
Hey, that's the best. That's the best part of this unscripted podcast. On when we had Austin on, we're watching slap boxing.
There you go.
Yeah, but that was awesome.
And to this day,
That was the best.
everybody like on the boat, they're like, "I love that fucking episode." You guys are just fucking watching slap boxing. Knocks the bitch out. That's what everybody said. Because I said that. I go, he knocks the bitch out. Speaking of, I know we want to get back on track, but speaking of UFC, did you see that the judge denied the settlement today? Pull that up. UFC settlement denied.
Settlement for what?
For that antitrust lawsuit that we talked about with
Still?
Todd Adkins. Well, remember when he...
Oh, yeah, I remember talking about that.
Yeah. Remember there was a settlement reached like a couple days after we had the podcast? Well, the judge said no, it's going to go to trial. It could have news. Or
We got a
news.
transition here. News. $335 million.
Denied in unusual step with no explanation. The judge just said today, hey...
The judge is Dana's best friend.
No, that would have been in Dana's favor because this is against Dana.
Oh, okay. That's right.
They're saying now that this could cost the UFC like $1 billion instead of just
Oh, Lord.
instead of the 335 that
That's just what they need.
Yeah.
So they probably countersued.
What's that antitrust lawsuit that we'd have to go back and listen to that episode with Todd where he explained all of it. We had Adkins on, but
what's $1 billion to the UFC anymore?
no, but for real. But no, but it is interesting that.
I think it's a big chunk.
I mean, you're talking.
Did you hear Dana talking about how he wasn't going to pay the bonuses anymore because the guys didn't hardly they weren't fighting for this? It's not making them fight harder.
Yeah, he said never again.
Never again.
Which is bullshit.
I know.
I bet he's going to be like
Right.
Well, guess what?
They're gonna run him out of there.
They're definitely not going to fight now.
Yeah, that's dumb.
I thought that exact same thing. Like all these people, you got Jake Paul and everybody talking about how like these boxers are making millions
Jake
of dollars
Paul?
over here. Well, right, exactly. But
I hope you heard this.
the boxers are making millions, and the
I'll fight
UFC
you.
guys are
It
making
is.
50,000 or
nobody
20,
really
30,000.
knows what the UFC are making. That's the
Speculation.
it's all speculation, and that's the whole premise of this antitrust lawsuit that's going on. But it's so weird that it was agreed to with both parties, and then the judge just said, "No, fuck you. You're gonna go to court." So Dana could win in court, and then not have to pay anything, which I don't think he's going to win in court. It's pretty evident that they were.
In favor of the athletes.
Against they were definitely colluding against the athletes. I mean, they bought up every fucking competition that showed up out there. Like they bought up, what was it? One. They bought up not one.
Kaizen.
Pride. I think
Pride. They
it was.
brought up Pride. They brought up. There's a bunch of other ones that they. It's the whole T code.
Everybody except for Bellator. And no one gives a shit about Bellator.
And one's still around, but anyway, I thought that was interesting. I saw that today.
Dude, that's nuts.
So what have you been up to, Jeff? What's going on in your life? How you been since episode 2, which was 3 fucking years ago?
Was it 3 years ago?
It was, man. We're in season 3 now.
Someone asked me how long we've been training, and I couldn't remember how many years it's been.
Well, we have been training
2000
almost 5.
Yeah, it opened up in 2019.
So I started with Steve in April of 2020. And I think you came like right thereafter.
Yeah, like a couple months after.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years.
5 years in April for me with you.
Jeff's a real purple belt. He showed up in purple belt fashion.
He
Right.
showed up.
This is the first time, too. And
He showed up.
Damn,
I was
like
a
how
little
Jason
bit
was dropping
jealous.
bombs.
I was jealous.
I like to understand why they do it. This feels really good. I'm sweaty. I'm not tired.
He's like, I can go and eat out in a restaurant and not be sweaty. I'm good.
One of these days I need to use like purple belt privilege. I always use owner
I
privilege.
talk about it all the time. And
Yeah, I use owner privilege.
One of these
but
days.
One day I'm just going to be like, it's purple belt privilege. I'm just fucking not showing up today.
And I'm just going to be like, double the work. Let's go. Lucky number 100.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Because eventually you'll be like, I'll do 150 burpees before you get on the mat.
Right.
Oh my
At least by the time
He would do
gets
that
here-
to me. He would do that. I come
100%.
showing up late. He's about
100%.
100 burpees
I mean,
now.
he's giving you shit because I pulled you off the mat during kids class and he's blaming you. It wasn't even your fault.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, I have videos.
I love this guy right here. I love this guy.
I have videos of you sitting on the side and you're like, I'm not doing an extra rep. This shit.
Hey, I called out Austin today because when we were doing slap sprawl, he was just walking around. I was like, "Hey, what the fuck?"
I'm sorry, behind the
I was like, "What the fuck? You can't hide behind the pole."
Like, bro, you need like 7 poles to hide. There's no fucking way, bro. No fucking way, bro.
It was the best. I love it.
You're not fucking hiding behind that pole. He was like, and he had his hands like,
We love you, Austin.
"We do love you."
You got caught.
That was not
You
a
got caught.
I'm a fat ass right now too, Austin. It's okay. I'm working on it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So what are some of your goals? What are some of your goals this year?
My goals this year is to get my health back. Because after those fucking spider bites,
Oh, so that's where we were going with that. We had the spider bites, and then you about died.
yeah,
On top of the spider
COVID
bites.
4.0 fucking hit me. Next thing you know, I'm in the hospital for 2 weeks.
But you had like COVID and like pneumonia and
Yeah, like, and I already had COVID, so I was hoping, oh, man, the next time it'll be a little bit better. No. Like, I was in the middle of Lowe's when COVID was really hitting me. And I'm on the phone, and I start slurring my words. I'm like, oh, my God.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was slurring my words, and I thought I was going to...
Holy fuck.
Was it the kind that you can't smell and taste?
That was
I've never
me.
had that
That's
one.
what
I had it too.
I never
that
got that
sucks.
version.
That
Yeah.
sucks, dude.
It was weird. It was the weirdest thing.
I was eating onion soup. I fucking hate onions, bro.
There was a guy that worked with
Your
me.
wife's like, there's no onions in that. Yeah.
There was a guy that worked
Yeah,
with me on
back
the
then,
boat.
yeah, absolutely, she was.
There was a guy that worked with me on the boat on the Q5 that he had that version of in 6 months, no taste at all.
Mine only lasted 2 weeks.
His was 6 months before
2
he
weeks.
started.
How long did yours?
So I went to the hospital for a week. I came out. They gave me the antibiotics, whatever. There was some bullshit. Literally, when was it? It was a week. We had to shut down.
Well, it was early on when you.
So it was
got
early during COVID. That's when I got it. It was early.
We opened up and then
Early.
COVID hit.
Right.
Yeah, we opened literally 6 weeks. If you look at the dates,
I got it
6
like
weeks
a month
before.
after.
Right, a month
it
or
hit.
two. It was a month or two after it hit. That's
Yep.
when I got it too.
I didn't get COVID until 2021 for the first time. I managed to travel to work every hitch, not miss a hitch, all the way from 2020 to like July of 21.
I don't think that they know. I think they call everything COVID because
Well,
I
that's-
swear. I mean, I've heard so many people. Oh, I got COVID. I tested COVID.
So look,
positive.
I only
But
got COVID.
Could you taste or smell?
Hey,
oh
listen,
yeah.
I only
was
got
like,
COVID. Listen,
that
at-
was-
so
that
look,
was COVID.
Hey, so 2020, 2020 came, right? We had to shut down a month or two after. At the time when I was married to my wife, she had at the time she had
when
gotten
he was
told-
married to his wife. That was
Yeah, hold on. Sorry, that came out wrong. So
for the record. He's still married.
Still
to his
married.
wife.
at that time, she was working at I want to say St. Francis. I don't know. But
Yeah, she was working at the St. Francis on the other side of town, right? No, the one right there in Broken Arrow, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Warren Medical. Warren Medical.
Yeah, Warren Medical.
So
yeah.
she was at Warren Medical, and they were like, "You're gonna have to get the shot, or you got your job,
Or
is
your
done.
job,
or your
yeah.
job." So I told her, I was like, "Listen, I'll go." She was terrified because all the horror stories. So
Yeah.
I was like, "I'll go get it, dude." A week after that,
Got it.
bro, I lost 20.
They infected you
Dude,
with the
I lost
COVID
20
virus.
pounds, bro. I was, oh god, that was the best weight loss of my life, but it was terrible.
Do you remember how bad the shot fucked me up, Jeff?
I remember, yeah, it was like what, day after.
That was when me and John were kind of still partners,
Yeah.
and he remember he was like, I'm gonna bring my boy soup and all that. You know, remember that shit?
Yeah.
He was telling you that on Xbox, Steve. He was like, I gotta take my boy soup and yeah.
Did you ever get the suit?
Nah, the motherfucker didn't show up. I'm sure he got started smoking weed and playing Xbox or some shit. Love
Yeah,
you,
I was
John.
upset they made my daughter take that because she works at the hospital.
So I didn't have a
This
choice either.
bullshit.
It was we were early on because of the work that we did. They got us into that very first group, which I think was the same group that Victoria was in, Steve, and it was like
At that time, nobody knew. We all were like, we
Wow.
thought it could be just some.
no. Let's not say nobody knew. They
Well,
knew.
they knew.
They
but
were lying.
The majority of the people
they were
didn't know.
all
We-
99% effective,
you know,
which is like more
right.
like 60% effective is more like.
And it was the weakest sickness that's ever had. Literally, other than not being
Well-
able to smell and taste, that was my
The thing
only
is-
symptoms. That was it.
And I know we're jumping down some weird rabbit holes, but that's fine. It's part of the podcast. But
Right.
the thing with that is that it could have been bad, right? Like early on, the numbers were looking
Right,
yeah.
right. You didn't know.
But then when they found out, they should have just been like, "Hey, man, we fucked up. It wasn't this bad," you know. But instead, they were like, "Man, we're gonna."
Who says that?
Yeah. It's the same thing with the mask. Don't fucking masks don't work, right? And then they came out and said, "Well, we only told you masks don't work because we didn't have enough for the doctors, but now we're telling you masks work and we want everybody to wear a mask." Well, we don't know what's the truth anymore.
Well, you should wear a mask if you feel like shit.
The
to
other
keep everybody else from getting
the other
sick.
thing interesting about
other
COVID,
than that,
the other thing interesting is that you were saying this, that the numbers for like the flu went drastically down. So everybody was just getting the COVID. So were they just calling everything COVID?
Right. They're just calling everything COVID.
Yeah, because the flu had like a record decrease in occurrences that year.
Oh yeah, record
wild.
decrease
Yeah.
in the flu that's been going around for ever.
And I'm certain all I had the whole time was pneumonia, which is a bad thing in itself. Don't get me wrong. Pneumonia is probably worse.
And you were in the
than
hospital for like 2 weeks, right?
I was in the hospital for 2 weeks,
God
and they
damn.
were filling me up with all kinds of shit, morphine, but
Ventilator?
Morphine drip?
Never got to get the morphine drip. Never got to a ventilator, but tons of pills all the time.
Fluid on the lungs, obviously, right?
Fluid in the lungs, migraines, because it was all causing my blood pressure to go through the roof. So it put me into a almost stroke type level for blood
shit.
pressure. So they had me on tons of blood pressure medication, morphine drip for the pain because it was causing massive headaches. Like I was.
And then come to find out, any of that medication was just messing you up anyway.
Yeah, well, that's the bullshit. Is fucking all these medications.
That's like 90% of all medication.
Well, yeah. So I have to take.
It's just
6
a Band-Aid.
pills now for the rest of my life. And if I
have to
stop
take-
taking any of them,
You have to take what for the rest of it?
I have to take 6 medications for blood pressure for the rest of my life. They said.
Why?
Because supposedly whatever damage happened.
Oh, fuck that. You know who Wim Hof is?
What?
Wim Hof.
Wim Hof?
Yeah, the freeze guy.
The Wim Hof method? You know about this?
What is that?
Pull up the Wim Hof method.
ice
Keep
plunge?
talking. Keep
Well,
talking.
so but I feel like it's bullshit. So I've slowly taken away 1 pill at a time while still checking my blood pressure. So it'll do a small spike and then it'll do a drop.
Shit.
But the doctors know that once they put it on, the moment you stop taking them, it'll spike on.
Okay, well, here's the thing in America. We do not, we don't care about fixing the illness. We care about,
Chilling out pills.
it's to keep you, they want to keep you medicated.
You are stronger than you think you are.
Yeah, so the Wim Hof method is, go to his.
What is the
go to
Wim
method.
Hof? There it is.
There it goes.
But in simplest of terms, the Wim Hof method is a way to keep your body and mind in its optimal natural state. For most of our evolutionary history, a merciless natural environment automatically did this for us. Sub-zero temperatures, howling winds, and hungry wolves kept our muscles and veins supple and our minds sharp and clear. Fast forward to today, and phones are exhausting our brains while the rest of our body wastes away as we sit in a toasty room strapped to stifling chairs.
So the concept about the Wim Hof method is that through breathing, ice exposure, cold water exposure, not necessarily ice, but cold water exposure, and some other things.
Go back up. Read more.
Click that read more. But the concept is that you change the acidity of your body and you can rebalance yourself. And he's shown in studies with people with rheumatoid arthritis, high blood pressure, cholesterol.
You name it,
and
everything.
There's a lot of,
That's why I really can't. I mean, they don't have it Vasa, or I can't wait to get access to cold.
We're working on one for here, but I do the breathing every day. I do a cold shower every day, and I do the breathing method, the cold shower, and
How do you stand that shit? How long are you in there?
I hate cold showers.
so if you do the method, it starts at 1 minute and 15 every day, and you're supposed to increase incrementally as you
Only a
become acclimated. That's where he wants you to start.
I think I could do that.
Yeah, 1 minute 15. At the end of your shower, you do a hot shower, stay in there for however long you want, hot shower, and then turn it to cold for 1 minute 15 to start. So that's where he wants you to start. The method's really cool. The book Breathe is a really good source, but he's got a whole app that you can follow and download. Most of the stuff in the app is free. There's some stuff that you have to pay for too, but
supposedly increases energy, better sleep, reduced stress.
It's good for everything.
All kinds of recovery health.
I swear by it. When I go a week or two without doing the method and the breathing, I totally notice a difference.
I'll give it a shot.
So
I hate the cold. That's why I need.
That's why
I need to be pushed.
Mm-hmm.
I need
Josh.
other people doing it.
you saw that, huh? I thought I could get away with that.
What do you do?
I've been watching that.
I was literally getting ready to sit up and ash, and I ashed all
I've
of
been
myself.
watching him the whole time. Like, dude, that's gonna fall.
That was bad form. Bad cigar form right there. All for the camera to see.
Delete.
Yeah, no, we won't. We'll keep that. That's part of the.
You got my message.
It's part of the
You got my
allure.
message, right,
that's
Josh?
part of the. No, I didn't.
Yeah, look. Don't repeat.
Hey, this has been a really good podcast, by the way.
Already.
The angles, the way the setup, I
You're
like it
gonna
a lot
laugh.
better.
Well, we should. I mean, we can get a fucking tub and then push this.
Shit's got to get deleted.
Yeah, I'll take care of that. We'll bleep that out. We'll go silent air on that.
We should do a recorded fucking cold plunge. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Bro,
Hey, I like
I'm
it.
down.
I like it.
This guy's got a horse trough.
We could turn it into a
Horse trough.
competition.
There you go.
We could do a
The longest?
We could do a competition. Whoever can stay in the longest.
I mean, that's all we need. Ultimately, is a
Yeah,
horse
ice,
trough, a bunch of water, and a bunch of bags. I'd get an ice maker.
We could buy an
Oh
ice
yeah,
maker,
let me go get
an
that.
ice
Let me go
maker.
get that real quick.
or we could just
Look at me.
Dude,
All we
they're-
need, just go get all that stuff.
ice makers are actually you can find them on Facebook for $100. They're pretty cheap.
They're selling them for $80 at Walmart right now.
Big ones.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean you can get them cheap. You can get the real industrial style. I've seen them on Facebook for. I thought about buying one for here, but you can get like the hotel size for like $100 on Facebook, $120 on Facebook. So
The hotel one?
Yeah.
yeah, they might need like a condenser or something, but
Easy fix.
You can rebuild those easily. They're very
As
rudimental.
long as there's a little drain plug on the
Yeah. They're rudimental. But anyway, yeah, so the Wim Hof method is, I swear by it. I love this motherfucker. I've read all of his books and I watch a lot of his YouTube stuff. And the guy's nuts. He's out of his mind.
he is wild.
But pull up, go to YouTube and just type in like Wim Hof ice.
Okay.
You'll see this motherfucker swim under the ice.
Oh man,
Dude,
like
yeah,
for
that
45
shit's
minutes
nuts.
or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. He's
I've
got the
seen him.
world
He's
record.
crazy. Wow.
Wim Hof ice shelf or something like that.
Right there. Iceman, I think it is.
I want to see him swim under the ice though.
Yep, right here.
Yeah, that might be one of them. Yeah.
The Superman.
Yep. You're gonna have to fast forward that. Just double tap the screen to the right on the right of the screen. Yep.
You could probably. This is on Vice, so it's like a 40-minute thing. Just kind of scroll through to you.
Look at him. Look at him.
There he is.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
And this way I do not only endure the cold.
Dude, that is insane.
He loves the
Oh,
cold.
it sounds like the board part. Swedish Shepherd.
He loves the
So
cold.
this is his breathing method right here that he's doing. He does 30. He does 30, like basically hyperventilating breaths. Like he's like.
We live in a world where
Right.
He
there's
does
all
30 of
kinds
those,
false
and then he holds
healers
his
and
breath.
fake alternative medicine programs you can sign up for. It's a rare moment in history
screen
when
recording?
someone comes along who can perform real miracles with real evidence to back them up. Wim Hof has defied logic time and time again,
I mean, this
and
dude's crazy.
always
Oh,
under
fuck.
scientific scrutiny. He holds the world record for being able to be submerged in ice for almost 2 hours without his core
2
body
hours.
changing.
I'm sorry. I thought it
He's
was
climbed Mount
like
Everest
45
Without his
in
minutes.
nothing
core
but a pair of
temperature changing?
shorts and ran a
Yes.
marathon
How
in
is
the
that
desert
possible?
without drinking
Mental.
any water.
Yeah,
He's even
and he did it
proven
without
in a laboratory
without his
setting
core body
that he
temperature
can
changing.
withstand illnesses using the power of his mind.
Most people get
But he's not a
hypothermia
freak of
in
nature.
like
According
10
to Wim,
minutes.
anyone
No,
can
less
do
than
what
that.
he can do.
Less
They
than
just
that.
have to
Yeah,
learn
6,
his
7
method.
minutes.
The
And
Wim Hof method.
Mentally,
Using a combination of cold
can
immersion,
push past that,
breathing
apparently.
techniques, and mental focus, anyone can accomplish feats that were previously thought to be impossible.
Yeah, turn it down a little bit.
Kunnen wij dat ook wat u kunt? Ja, en ik ben nu
The,
in staat om op kamertemperatuur.
If you read the book Breathe, he talks about all the studies that they've done on him, and he was like, his blood work was like perfect. Like, and they did these controlled groups, and the only thing different was before he went in, he did his breathing and his cold immersion.
Dude, I'm just like mind blown that I just saw him do that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
For 2 hours?
2 hours.
In freezing? No.
We should come back 3 months from now after doing this program.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Right.
Let's do it. I'm
down.
I'll be like
been wanting to
4:15.
try it, but like I said, I need people to push me out just to do
I'll
that
be
by
like 400
myself.
pounds.
let's get it set
I
up.
hear it gets cold shock proteins. That's like it gets these cold shock proteins to work, and it's the very best method to losing weight.
Yeah.
And I just don't have the balls to do it.
You know who Dr. Rhonda Patrick is?
By myself.
I know the name.
Yeah, so Dr. Rhonda Patrick you go to her site, foundmyfitness.com. She has a lot of information about cold immersion therapy as well as heat. So you have cold shock therapy or cold shock proteins and heat shock proteins, right? And I've been obsessed with it for years because dementia and Alzheimer's runs in my family. So my obsession with it is trying to stave off that as long as I possibly can.
Right.
So that's been my obsession with studying all this stuff and so Dr. Rhonda Patrick is on a mission as well because she has a lot of history in her family about it. And she puts out constant stuff about cold immersion and
What's her name?
Dr. Rhonda Patrick. She's got a website. She also has a podcast called Found My Fitness. The website is Found My Fitness as well.
We'll look her up.
Really, she's a really cool, really awesome. She's got lots of information out there about.
Everybody's swearing by it now. Dana White just had a whole thing about all of them.
Dana White, Gary Brecka. There's nothing wrong with him, but there's a few.
Is this her?
Yeah, that's her.
Found My Fitness.
There's a few things that he's got a lot of clickbait stuff out there. A really good person. Gary Brecka is the one that Dana White used. And I'm not saying that it didn't work for Dana White. Just Gary Brecka has a lot of information that's clickbait stuff. But
I know Dana and Joe both are doing that.
Yeah, and there's nothing. I'm not disparaging Gary Brecka at all. But the one that is really good to follow is Lane Norton, and he's got a double PhD. He's a research scientist for nutrition, and I can't remember what his other PhD is. He's a power lifter as well. Yeah, he's a huge power lifter, and but he's a double PhD. He's got a PhD in. He's a researcher, so he knows what he's talking about when he's talking about research and stuff. He
sells
like that.
a lot of supplements.
Yeah, he does sell supplements, which all these guys. So does Gary. All these guys sell stuff. But anyway, if you're interested in getting off, I think there's a way to get off of those medicines and keep your shit down. I think that's where I was going with that. For sure.
I'm not doing that shit forever. Every time I get an injury, the doctor's like, just don't use it. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
I understand that within reason.
I mean, I'm 40, and my doctor tells me every time I go in for my blood work, if I didn't know you were 40, I would think you're 20 based off your blood work.
Hey, jiu-jitsu.
I mean, it's fitness. It's it's all the stuff. It's fitness. It's jiu-jitsu is part of that, and also Wim Hof, heat therapy through sauna. I mean, I'm religious about the sauna every day when I'm home.
Yep.
So, but I think I definitely.
But Josh drinks water.
I drink water.
Not milk.
I drink water. I drink pretty much water and coffee is my intake of liquids, and then the occasional alcohol.
Coffee.
Yeah,
keeps you regular.
It does keep you regular for sure. Hey, I've been doing greens, superfoods greens.
Oh, I have. I love it.
I've tried those.
So
the only way I'll eat it.
Yeah. My sponsor Redcon came out with their own line, and so they sent me a bunch, and so I've been doing those religiously. And man, you want to talk about being regular? I mean, I wake up and
some coffee and some greens.
release the demons.
I mean, I wake up and 10 minutes later, I'm going. And that's all it takes. And you don't want to go in that. You don't want to go in the bathroom after I've been in there.
It's like a murder scene.
With those greens.
The toilet's still green.
Yuck.
Yeah.
I've been using it's called OptiGreens by First Form.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're good.
First Form's got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
I would use.
As hell.
I think they would be the one that I used if it wasn't for Redcon sending me stuff. So. But yeah.
Really, I mean, that's my goal is to get my health back because if you guys remember me and
Oh, you were.
Show everybody pictures. I was
Pull up that.
Looking good, dude.
Go to Jeff's. Go to Facebook and show everybody that
Dude, I was
that
legit
picture.
fucking grizzly. Now I'm a panda bear.
Okay. Is it Facebook?
Oh, you gotta spell that.
Come on now.
Fucking guy.
I'm from Hallsville. Okay.
You hear
All
quiet?
right.
He's like,
Goddamn boomer over here. Goddamn boomer.
Hey. There this guy is.
he's like, let me sound it out.
There's guys. Jeff. J-E-F.
Fosse
F.
book.
Jeff,
It's 2 F's in Jeff,
Look
right?
at that sexy bitch right there.
Look at this guy.
pull that picture up right there.
Which one?
The one in the black.
The third one. Go to the pictures.
Dude, the
Yeah.
picture right there. There you go.
There you go.
Look at them shits, bro.
50%
That's
body fat.
Where you at, Jeff? Where you at?
That's.
At my buddy's gym.
I think
That's him in the back. That's James right there in the back in the red.
Under all his fat. This is what it is.
He's looking solid,
I
bro.
remember. So when I met Jeff, he
We just got rid of that
probably looked like he
Samsung.
looks right now. When I met you, right?
When you met me, I was 340.
Yeah.
So right now I'm about 306.
Okay, so
I'm
you're-
not
so
at my
you're-
worst yet. But
There was another gym in town that told Jeff that jiu-jitsu wasn't for him because he weighed
Screw those guys, man.
he weighed 340 pounds.
Screw those guys.
Maybe you should check out another gym.
Yeah.
There he is
that.
pushing the tires.
Tire flips are no joke, man.
Hey, they're
I
not.
love
They're
them.
one of my
They're not.
favorite.
They're fun.
I was
We do that out there at
Vasa.
Tire
No,
flip.
Lifetime.
At Lifetime.
Yeah.
So when I was bodybuilding, my cardio was tire flips, and
Look
then
at the vein. Look at that vein
Yeah.
popping. Yeah.
But then I would, after I flipped the tire back and forth both directions, we would stand on top of the tire and sledgehammer for 45 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was my cardio when I was bodybuilding.
That's a good workout.
It is.
That's a really good one.
We were doing it in the 100-degree heat at Lifetime Fitness.
Yeah, you guys were out there a couple weeks ago. I saw that. You,
Lord.
the Jasons. I was still on the boat. It was hot as fuck that day.
Yeah, it was hot. It was hot, but that pool was nice.
Lifetime. That's where it's at.
Dude, that's just like a resort,
Do
bro.
you have a membership there, or is that just paid?
We went as guests.
Jason
Yeah,
P?
we get to go as Jason P's guest every 6 weeks.
Oh yeah,
So-
They have a limit on
Yeah.
how often you can bring the same guest.
Right.
I went with John once, and they were like, "Oh, you already came. Well, we'll let you come again. But next time you can't come back. 6 weeks."
6 weeks.
Bro, I gave them my
And then they send you 100 emails.
Oh
in that
my
6
God,
weeks.
bro. I got tons of them, dude.
I haven't been there since I was hanging out with John regularly, and fuck, that was
3 years ago.
3 years ago, and they're still sending me emails. So, yeah, they don't stop sending the emails. They keep coming. Like, hey, I'm not joining your gym. Look, it's a nice gym. It's way overpriced, though, and it's not for me.
It's too far.
I'm a rugged kind of. I mean, I work out mainly over here at Obtain Strength. Shout out to Obtain Strength in town. They're a local gym. They're badass. This is fucking rugged. It's old school. Iron weights. None of this bullshit plastic.
I do like
stuff.
James, though. James is solid.
James has got a nice gym. He used to be over off of Elm.
Fitness right there.
Where is he at now?
He's still off Elm.
Oh,
Right
is
there
he?
Where that Duffy's is.
I thought he was in that little shopping center.
So it's still off of Elm, but he's down the road from Elm now.
Okay, so he's not
across
in
the
that
street
little
from the
one.
car wash. There's a car wash across the street.
Oh, okay. That
No,
new,
not Kenneth.
right
BA? Oh, no.
No, right there by the AutoZone.
Yep.
And the car wash and okay.
But he's Oklahoma's version of CT Fletcher, man. He'll
Raise the
fucking
bar.
yell at
Yeah, James
you.
is cool. I met James in passing years ago. We ran in the same circles back when I was in bodybuilding and stuff. So I met him in passing, and we know some of the same people. And
I'd be down there doing fucking push-ups. He's like, man, it smells like
I think
pussy
he
up in
knows.
here, man. You better
Next time you see him, I
fucking-"
think he knows Gabe Sloan. Ask him if he knows Gabe Sloan.
Sloan,
Gabe Sloan was a pro football player for a while. He never made it on an active roster, but this motherfucker. I walk into the gym one day, and he's bent over rowing 325.
Shit.
Yeah, and he looks over at me, right, and he's like, "Hey Josh, how's it going?" And he's doing fucking rows, and I grabbed my bag. I had just walked in the gym because me and him
And
were working
walked
out.
right out.
And
Turn around and
I walked the fuck
walked
out. I was like, I can't with you today.
Done.
I am not.
I'm done, bro.
Go to
I'm done.
Go to RIP to Gabe Sloan. He passed
I am
away.
not worthy.
But go to Facebook and pull up Gabe Sloan. So just go to Facebook. Yeah. You're gonna have to go to
Okay, Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's.
right.
I mean, you
He's not
probably
famous.
he might have a NFL profile somewhere, but he was only on practice squads for the Jets and the Giants in Seattle, I think. But he passed away. I say passed away. He overdosed on drugs. He had a drug problem, unfortunately. Gabe Buff Sloan, that's him. right there. No.
This one?
No. Go when you go back up. Type in Buff in the middle of that.
Oh, Buff.
Yeah, he's got. There he goes. Right, that first one. There you go.
Buff.
Click on that profile pic right there.
Oh, look, James Reed, yeah.
Yeah, see, they're friends. Now, go out of that. Click on his profile. Yeah.
He's jacked.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so he's been
biceps.
over
Big
around
boy.
25. So, good friend of mine.
That's some
really good
20-inch biceps.
Nah.
19.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 18 or 19.
18.9.
Yeah, he was 18 or 19. But that motherfucker, we would go through the ringer together, me and him, when we were seriously lifting together. That dude, he would call me at 2:00 in the morning, and he would want to talk.
Get up.
No, he would want to talk about aliens because he was obsessed. Ancient aliens.
Okay.
He was obsessed with that. Yeah.
He wasn't a flat earther, was he?
No.
Okay.
He's just an ancient alien believer. He would binge watch that. You know that dude with the fucking hair.
What is up with these people that believe in the flat earth, man? What in the hell is going on?
I used to sail with a guy that was a flat earther, and I'm like, do you realize that, like,
hello,
this boat sailed on the fact that the earth is round?
Like, I mean, like fucking airplanes, bro. I mean,
Wow.
you can see the curvature of the earth.
And not only that,
I mean, like, what the fuck?
Your cell phone, like these same people tweeting out that the earth is flat, your cell phone works on the technology that the earth
Right.
is round.
Right,
Like all
exactly.
the algorithms and the formulas used.
It don't make much sense.
You know
but-
anybody that's a
okay.
flat earther?
I know no fun. I keep them out of my life.
But they're serious about it.
Oh, they're dead
Come
serious.
on.
Serious about it. They try to pull up.
How about you,
science
Steve?
about it.
Fuck no.
This was the only dude I ever met.
Those are not my friends.
This was the only dude that I met. He was and he sailed. I was
Fucking
amazed.
flat earther. What the fuck? Yeah. That bullshit.
Great.
Teleporting from one side to the other.
Stupid.
You know what the problem with that is? It's
Those
too
are the
much,
people that don't do jujitsu.
Yeah,
You damn right.
that's right. They don't have enough balance in their life. Too much time.
Because the world is flat.
Literally.
So we'll
Oh,
bring.
my
We're going
Lord.
to come back to Jeff here. So for those that don't know,
The
hang.
goal is to get my health back. Now the problem with so I went through a whole midlife crisis because I got that buff and sexy right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want
Okay.
to talk about that, or are we still off limits on that?
We can hypothetically talk about that because I admit no,
Guilt.
not even guilt. Like there's certain things that I probably should have reported to the police.
Can we tell the? Can we at least tell the story when you told me that you thought you were Jack Reacher or
John Wick.
John Wick. When you thought you were John Wick.
I thought I was gonna have to fight out of the fucking.
Hey, tell this hypothetical story. Tell this hypothetical story.
Hypothetical, right? This is just
Okay.
potentially fiction.
This was a dream.
all right.
He wrote this in a book.
Okay.
Yeah. So anything illegal didn't really happen.
Fiction, nonfiction.
But
This is purely fiction.
It's never happened.
Look, that's John.
Here we go.
That's
I'm
Jeff,
transitioning. Here we go.
Put
Go-
Jeff's face on
go
John
for it,
Wick's
Jeff.
body.
Jeff Wick.
Jeff Wick.
Hey.
was ready.
I'm gonna make a poster.
Let's go.
Of
We're
you
here.
just like that.
Let's go.
All right, tell the story.
Tell us,
seriously.
Jay.
So this is when I'm near peak health and I'm feeling myself and I'm confident. And
Feeling
then
himself.
I'm treating myself one day and I'm out fucking. This is when I'm having a midlife crisis. Me and the wife are separated, right? And I'm sort of single at the time. So I'm sitting in the middle of Brahms and I look over and there's this pretty blonde girl and I'm like, seems like she's looking at me.
The fact that you met this bitch in Brahms is
Brahms.
fucking wild.
Fucking Brahms. The whole
I
fucking
know.
thing.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Did you give her a sundae?
I wanted to. Well, hypothetically.
Oh,
So she starts
Here we are at
You want-
Brahms.
One scoop or two scoops?
Two scoops.
you gotta only have one because he was fit. Fat asses get 2 scoops.
But so she starts talking to me, and then like she's talking really eloquently. She seems intelligent. She's
Eloquent,
dressed nice.
love it.
You know, beautiful blonde hair, blue eyes. 27 years old at the time.
Oh my god.
And,
Yummy.
Yeah. Oh man.
Jeff's 40 almost.
Yes. So I need to find you a picture. But then so like we talked for like an hour and it's going real well. I'm like, this is cool. And then she asked me to take her to her place. And I'm like, okay, I'm be a gentleman, right? This is, I'll
walk you to your door. I'll walk you to your door on the second floor, get in the elevator, then maybe.
Okay, time out for 1 second. First red flag. The bitch is at Brahms and doesn't have a car to get home.
So this is really the story.
Damn.
That I cannot see red flags.
Oh, Lord. No red flags allowed. Okay, go ahead. Good.
So I'm like, all right, I'll take you home, no problem. So we get in the car and then we're driving, and her place ends up being a Motel 8. not even a Motel 6.
Fucking roach motel.
No red flags. Still no red flags. Go ahead.
I haven't seen one yet.
So at the time, I wasn't trying to hit or nothing, right? So we exchanged information, numbers, and hugged, and we talked for a few days after, right? And then we planned out a whole fucking date. So I go out hypothetically on a date down to downtown Tulsa. We went to like that. What the fuck's it called? Where you can't hear yourself? The fucking middle of the universe or whatever.
The universe, middle of the center of the universe.
Center of the universe, right?
Yeah, center of
and
the
she's
universe.
like, I got something more exciting. I'm like,
Oh my God.
Oh, fuck.
What's more exciting than the center of the universe?
That's another flag.
Red flag number 2.
No, that's 3. That's 3.
Oh, yeah, we're 3. We're 3 in.
So she takes me down to these bridges where it's completely locked off. It says, do not trespass.
That's red flag number
4.
Okay, we're at 4. We're barely into the story. We're at 4.
And she gets me to jump over the fucking fences.
Red flag number 5.
Jump.
Now-
Just jump, bro. You're good.
And this is now picture this. Me and
Jeff's ass climbing over the fucking fence.
now,
It was tall, too. That shit was
now
like
and Steve
13,
and
14
me.
feet.
He's telling us a story, and Steve and I are like looking at each other. And this is in the office at the old place, and he's telling us this story. And we're just
Lord, Jeff.
we're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
I was feeling like a kid.
All right, but now look. Go ahead, keep going with the story.
So I hop over the fence, and that was the whole thing, because I thought I was going to die there, but I was like, I'm going to look fucking good to this girl.
You fucking scale that shit like Spider-Man.
Yeah, quick step.
More like Venom.
And then we get down, and then we're going through the corridors and shit, and there's like homeless people and fucking people strung out on the side.
Oh my God.
And she's way too comfortable in the situation too.
I mean, she lives here.
This is number 6.
That's my buddy over there. It don't bother him.
I think we're at
He's
like
cool.
red flag 10 by now.
What's up? And she's all good. So we go through there, and it's cool, and it's like dangerous a little bit, and I feel like I'm 18 again. And then at the very end of the date, she was like, all right, that's cool. And we go back, and she's like, I drive her back to her place, the Motel 8, and fucking, she's like, hey, do you want to come up and hang out for a little while? And I'm like, yeah.
That's the whole reason I'm here.
That's the whole reason I'm here. Score. Like,
I met you in Brahms, bitch. Come on, man.
Come on.
It'd be good. So I'm like, yeah, cool. And I go up there, and it gets weird because she opens the door, and there's a short, fat, stubby guy sitting there. And I'm like, this is weird.
In the room.
In the room. And at this point, I've been doing jiu-jitsu for, 2 years at that time?
Yeah,
So I'm like,
This is number 7.
so I'm assessing at the moment.
Shrimp,
I'm on the second
Jeff,
floor.
shrimp.
I'm like, if I had to, could I take this guy? And I convinced myself, I'm pretty sure I could. So
Blue belt Jeff's like, I can take him.
I can take this motherfucker. So I walk in, and I go sit down in the far back.
Hypothetically.
Yeah, this is all hypothetical again. This is a story Jeff wrote.
Never happened.
Never happened. and then she pulls out a little sack, and she pulls out a bong, and I'm like, okay, she's gonna smoke some weed. I don't care, right? I'm very
Weed's
much the
legal.
Type, weed's legal. I'm very much the type as long as you don't force me to do something I don't want to do, I don't give a shit. Do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Cool. Jason's liking the story already.
Oh, Jason's in
I
this
love
story.
it. I am this story. Go ahead. Keep going.
This is my spirit animal.
But she doesn't pull out weed, unfortunately. She pulls out an interesting, white crystally baggie.
What is this?
So I'm like, oh no, what is she doing here? And then she puts it out, and she fucking starts crushing it. And she has a little fucking razor, and she's separating it.
Tylenol.
Oh,
She's crushing Tylenol.
Tylenol, that's what it is. It's Tylenol. It's hypothetically.
She get a bad headache.
It's a very, very bad headache.
And then she puts it in her bong, and she proceeds to smoke it. I'm like, oh, this is interesting.
Fucking God.
Now, is this a bong or is this like hypothetically a
It's a
glass
glass
pipe?
dildo.
It could have been either or. It could have worked for both. I was just like so confused. I'm like,
We're gonna have to take a lot of the story. That's all I'm saying. Jesus Christ.
so she does that, and I'm like, okay, again, same thing. Like, I don't give a shit what the fuck you do. And then she proceeds to pull out a syringe. I'm like, oh no. What is she going to do with the syringe? Like,
Well, I'm 15 right now.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, Jeff should have
sailed the boat.
Jeff should have left the room.
That shit's sunk.
she was fine.
She was great. She's great. She's great. She's going through some shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's going through this stuff.
It's just temporary. It's gonna pass. This is gonna
She's
pass.
gonna move out of the Motel 8. She's gonna get herself a place.
I can save her. I know I can.
He can take. He can save her.
Yeah.
She's gonna move out to Osage.
Jiu-jitsu's gonna help her.
So she pulls out a little dark fucking packet thing and proceeds to shoot herself up with.
That sounds like black tar.
Yeah.
Toilet paper.
Like tar that you put on the road.
I'm not admitting seeing anything and not reporting, but yep, she put something in her.
Hey, didn't another guy show up at some point?
Oh, that's next.
That's next.
I was waiting for it.
So here I am, like, contemplating my life. I'm like, how did I get here? Why am I here? And is she that pretty?
The power of the P. The power of the P.
Power of the P.
Power of the P. And then
Jason knows all about the
Shut down. Red flag number 1. It's time to go. Okay. It's time to go.
So then there's a fucking knock on the door, and I'm like, of course there's a knock on the door. Why wouldn't there be a knock on the door?
Of course.
So he opens up the door, and there's
You're
like
here.
this weird.
Special delivery. You like that? That was good.
This weird, like, fucking.
It was like story time.
There's like this weird beat up, like, Native American dude that comes.
It's me, Mickey.
Oh, Lord.
It's me, Mickey.
Of course.
I was like, what the hell's going on? And he walks in, and then he proceeds to make a sale with the girl. So she's a drug dealer too. She had a whole supply, and I'm like, oh my god. So she's a drug dealer. She's a user.
Hypothetically, she was.
Hypothetically.
And now I'm thinking, like, shit, my jits is all right, but is it better than
Now I gotta take two
Then
guys.
this guy?
two guys? And then it's
So
like-
you went from thinking you were John Wick to Jason Bourne.
Born.
Well, and then I'm thinking, because I'm processing it all, I'm like, if she's a dealer, then there's a gun in here. And surely my jits isn't better than a fucking gun.
Hey, not lying. The very first time Jeff tells me the story, he's like, in my head, he's like, I'm thinking like John Wick, like I'm gonna jump out the window and.
That was my next thought. No, I looked over and I'm like, if I had to jump out of this window, fucking, would I survive? To where I could run away too. Like, is there plants anywhere I can fall on?
Did we lose that camera?
Yeah.
Can we switch to another camera?
Oh, yeah. We're good.
But then they proceed to continue their deal and they finish it off and I'm like, I need to get out of this room. Like, how do I get out of this fucking room? And I'm like, are they gonna rob me right now? Like, it's just everything's going through my head. Like,
You've
why
only
would
known
she-
this girl how long? A week?
A week, yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's like, why would she go through the effort of even bringing me out if she's gonna rob me? Just fucking rob me then.
Just take my money.
Just take my money. And then she looks
takes
at me.
my money when I'm in need.
So she does all that, and then she looks at me fucking stone faced, and she's like, hypothetically, you just watched me commit 13 felonies. How does that make you feel?
Hypothetically.
They all look at me stone cold, and I'm like, same thing I told you guys right now. As long as y'all don't force me to do nothing I don't want to do, I don't care.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Hypothetically.
I'm tough.
Hypothetically speaking, yes or no, is there a chick out there with your name tattooed on her?
Yes. Hypothetically. I went through a whole midlife crisis, man. Luckily, I have no names on me, but
Hypothetically speaking, would it be the
I
same?
mean, that just tells you that he's good, right?
It must be. That's hilarious.
But so then I'm sitting there and I'm legit fucking praying. I'm like, please let for some stupid reason, because that answer appeased them, and they were fine. And they started talking. So now I'm like, please, for any goddamn reason, let them leave for anything. And then what do you know? They leave to the gas station to get some smokes, and I'm like, finally, this is gonna happen. I can escape. Now I'm just waiting I'm waiting just long enough for them to walk far away.
I just need a window.
I just need a window.
Oh, just a window.
So that I don't cross paths with them. So I don't think I'm going to go narc on them or something. So finally, like, a few minutes goes by. I'm like, all right, well, I'm ready to leave. And then she lays the story on me. Where she's like, oh, I'm going to prison in a few years. Not a few years, in a few weeks. And, this is just me having my last hurrah. And I'm depressed this. And I got kids that. And the whole fucking sob story. And I ate that shit up like there's no fucking tomorrow.
That's hilarious. You have to go back to if you want to hear Jeff's trauma from childhood, episode 2 of this podcast, you can check out. He tells the whole story. We're not going to rehash all that, but do you think some of it's tied to, just
100%.
Jumping right into the world and all that stuff? And
jumping right into the world, not getting an opportunity to have any kind of teenage life because I was just trying to survive.
Sleeping on a bench in the park and going to school to take a shower.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, for sure.
And fucking, I never had the opportunity to have that fun, sell my royal oats and all that shit. And, I was always trying to do the responsible thing constantly throughout my entire life. And finally, I got a little bit of freedom, and I went ape shit.
That's hilarious.
That's a pretty common story.
I think.
And there's a Superman complex there too. And again, go back to that episode where I talk about my life, but that created a whole Superman complex in my head that I live with today, even at work. Anytime I see someone being bullied, I gotta go fucking defend them.
Yeah,
it's got nothing to do with
we
me.
got Superman tattoo too, right?
I got a Superman tattoo right here that Mr. Jason gave me over here.
Yeah.
That's it.
The interesting thing too is you look at going through all that and your childhood part, and then you jump right into, you go get a job and you eventually went to college and did all that stuff. But when you look back and you're like, man, some people will say, oh, it's a little early in your 30s to have a midlife crisis or whatever. But I think when you talk about the fact that you've really been, going since 12, 13 years old, you didn't have that childhood. You didn't, so when you compound all that together and then all of a sudden here you are in your 30s and, you're separated from your wife and it's like,
fuck it.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Go wild.
Yeah. No, it's
Party time.
For sure, yeah. I remember when I got divorced because I got married when I was 19 the first time, and I got divorced, and oh my god, it was a wild time. I was 22 at the time when I got divorced.
Yeah.
Well, you're still in the Corps, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
No,
No.
I got out of the Corps.
Oh okay.
Yeah, I was. Oh my god, I couldn't control myself. I literally had an accountability partner as well, and he was just like, "Yo, chill out, go get a job." So I joined the fire department out in Virginia, and man, that was the only thing that's kept me in line. And I was like, "All right, calm down." Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, everybody experiences some kind of moment in their life of this. And it doesn't necessarily have to be sex, drugs, whatever. You don't have to go. I've never done drugs outside of high school, doing a little weed. But the pot, as they call it,
the pot.
Back in the day when I smoked weed, it was like you bought it from Pedro, and it was full of fucking stems, and it was crappy.
Oregano.
Yeah, it was probably
oregano mixed with adobo.
Oh my god, it was
grown outdoors.
I remember
brick weed.
I remember one time we got a batch that we smoked the entire batch, and it was like we weren't even high.
You were smoking grass, literally.
Well, it smelled like weed, but it was so dry. And it had so many stems in it. You know what I mean?
Then we thought we were engineers and shit, making bongs.
But yeah, oh god,
Bro,
we made a bong.
I watched my friend make one out of a 2-liter.
Yeah, you can do that.
Bottle.
You can do that.
Gravity bong, baby.
It was a water bong. He made it with a screen and all kinds.
I was a fan.
What the fuck? Man. Yeah, why aren't you using this for good?
I was a fan of the copper pipe with the 90 degree.
Oh,
yeah, that was my jam right there with a screen filter. You put we'll put a screen in there. And so you can get those stems in it.
Or a Coke can. Shoot.
I remember we used to go out back because I was in high school band, and we used to go out back. And my buddy Evan Stanfield, shout out to Evan Stanfield, we used to smoke in his Toyota. What was the little
Tacoma?
The Tacoma. Yeah, he had a black and green Toyota Tacoma.
Yes.
And we would
truck?
Huh?
A little pickup truck.
Yeah. Just a single cab. No, it was 3 of us in there.
Like an S10.
Yeah, exactly. And we blaze up right before band practice, and yeah, that was the days.
It's a good truck.
But you were hiding it. You didn't want to.
Oh yeah, getting away with shit.
Now, now you just go smoke. Wherever you want. It doesn't matter.
Right? Kids bringing it to school now.
I still don't think kids should still not be doing it, but and of course it's not not legal for kids, but you definitely shouldn't be as a kid. Your brain's not developed enough to be doing that
Should
kind
be
of
just
shit.
like alcohol, 21.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
I think that weed should be legal, 21, just like alcohol. You should be able to, enjoy it, whatever. Unfortunately, it's still in that, category where I can't touch it, so I haven't smoked weed since 2003.
Oh,
Yeah.
10 years, 20 years.
I went right into working
20
for,
years.
to doing, jobs that required DOT testing
Well,
and
I
Coast Guard.
I can't touch it either. And
Yeah, you're in the same boat.
they're like, oh, you could do it when you're off duty, but guess what? I'm the fire chief. I
You're
want to
never
do it
off duty.
24/7,
You're never off
so
duty.
I cannot partake.
I work with some guys that'll take the risk. They'll go home and they'll smoke within a day or two. But it's what do you call it? Random testing. So you could be called, and I've gotten called 2 or 3 times when I'm home. And to me, it's like I'm a responsible adult with a family. It's just not worth it. You know what I mean? Like I just
Right.
don't do it. I don't need it. Would I love to if the Coast Guard said tomorrow, hey, you can smoke weed like alcohol?
Yeah,
when
there's
you're home?
people out there that are like, oh, weed is the devil. Listen, I honestly, I was one of those people. Like if you joined,
When I met you were that way.
Yeah, I was very, very against weed because people were abusing it.
I think this guy right
Right.
here kind of changed your opinion of it a little bit.
No, John did.
Oh, yeah.
John did.
I always forget about
John
John.
did. John definitely changed my mind. He taught me about hydroponics, and I didn't know what the fuck hydroponic. I was like, "What's hydro?" He's like, "Oh, come check this out." He's got the whole setup in his laundry room, and he's got these big beakers.
Oh, yeah, he was growing them. He was growing them back then.
Bro, he was growing like
When I first met him.
probably 30, 40 plants in his house.
Hypothetically speaking.
No, he was.
Who is this John?
John was Cohesion's first official blue belt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Where's he at?
That's a great question.
long story.
Where you at, John?
Where
John
you at,
Herrera.
John?
Where you at? John
John,
Herrera.
get
Shout
your
out.
ass back.
John's looking really healthy.
Come on, John.
Shout out to John Herrera.
He's looking real healthy right about
John, on a serious note, John Herrera, from both Steve and I, has been invited here to come. We had a falling out for a little period of time in terms of just because, I'm not going to get into it, but we did have a little falling out, and he felt like he couldn't come, but that was more self-imposed than it was
Right.
from Steve and I, and we've both seen him since.
Absolutely.
And told him, hey, man, you're welcome. You're
Come
an
back, John.
You're an OG, and you're welcome
Come back.
here.
Come meet me. Come meet me.
you
I'm right
two-
there with you, baby.
You two would.
Come on.
You guys would be like love at first sight.
You absolutely will. And I'll tell you this.
Science experiments they put together. Man.
I'll tell you this about John. I mean, there's a lot of great fathers
That
out
dude would
there,
have your back.
but a lot of great. But there's no better father than John. I mean, the dude is an amazing father to his daughter and a true friend. And he honored a commitment to me that a lot of people said, "Oh, you're going to get burned on this deal." I helped him start a business, went into business with him, and a lot of money was exchanged, and every cent he honored that
Every
deal.
dollar.
Down to the penny, he honored that deal, and so he's a man of his word, and absolutely always welcome here. I'd love to have John come back.
100%. He's one of those guys where, like,
Awesome.
if you were to get into an altercation and he was there, he's 100%.
That's the dude you want on your team.
Oh, 100%.
Listen,
say that.
it doesn't
but, like,
matter
it
whether
just
he
freaks
uses his hands or a machete, but he will be there.
He would use a machete or whatever guns in his fucking car.
How old is John?
33, 34.
Yeah, I think he's
Oh, it's
young.
cool.
He was a little younger than me.
Cool.
But he could sell ketchup to a lady in a white dress.
Oh my god.
Okay.
He's got that.
I mean, he
Okay.
talked his way out of the military somehow.
He could sell ice to an Escamilla.
I mean, he did. He talked his way out of the military. He negotiated.
feat.
He negotiated a general discharge out of the military.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I mean, and I love John for John. I love you if you ever listen to this, but fucking, he kidnapped me out of Costco.
Oh, he did kidnap.
I got steaks.
Yeah, he talked me into going on a whole date with him for.
This is all he said. Hasty bake.
I got steaks on the
Hasty
I guess
bake.
I'm kind of easy.
Hey,
You're easy, Jay.
when we met John, he wasn't in the grilling or anything, but then all of a sudden he got into. And I actually went with him.
He went to
He
Burnco.
talked his way into Burnco.
Talked
them into teaching him.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's a feat.
He's got video. He met the Aaron is the owner's name.
The
I
owner?
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he met him and talked his way in. But he went in at like 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Hey,
Or he took
before they
videos.
ran out of meat?
This is when they were prepping the grills and everything.
Shit.
Like he was in there taking video. He sent it.
Damn.
It's in our. We still have a group chat. It's called the Bangarang Group Boys.
Bangarang Boys.
That was going to be our Jiu-Jitsu
I
Academy.
love that name.
Go to my Facebook.
Because the art was badass.
Yeah, go to my Facebook. And but anyway, he talked his way into there, and he goes to when it comes up, go to the chat.
He did take my cohesion on the.
He did try to steal your cohesion on the roll and call it Bangarang. No, go to the chat in the top right corner. Go to the chat there, and then in the search, type in bang.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah. I know what I'm doing. Click on that right there.
Bangarang Boys, there they are.
All right,
You can see fuck Steve.
I said I know what I was doing. Click on don't scroll. Go. No, stop. Go to where it says Bangarang Boys.
Okay.
Click on that. Yeah. Now scroll down.
Open message.
No, it's not going to be there. Shit. I was going to try and show you the logo that he came up with for that. It was a pretty badass logo. But no,
I know what you're trying to do.
we're not going to scroll. Yeah, because in the app on the phone, you can go.
You can see photos.
You can see what everybody sent, but we're not going to scroll. I mean, there's nothing bad, but there's
May or may not be a nude or two.
there's a few things in there that are inappropriate to be putting on
the screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we won't fuck around with that.
whatever. We'll get out of all this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Whatever.
But no, John's a good dude, and he means well. But dude, what I was going
I'd
with
love
that
to have him back.
motherfucker learned how to grill and dude, he could throw down on the food.
Throw down on the grill.
He became George Ramsay overnight.
Okay.
His IQ
He's
is.
I've heard
extremely
about
high.
this. Okay, I've heard about this
Very
guy.
smart. We've talked about him before.
Yeah,
on the
you
podcast.
talked about him.
I think we talked about him when Khalil had his 20-minute fucking weed smoke break.
Okay.
Fucking God, selling tickets.
Selling tickets, which R.I.P. to that guy.
Oh yeah, rest in peace, man.
So
I forgot about that.
So Jeff, you're an owner now, and Jeff took over part of the striking. For those that don't know, if you've listened to this podcast for a while, you know that we used to have a striking coach, Tommy. Tommy left us back in May or April. May, I think he left us back in May.
Who?
He left for personal reasons, and Tommy who? He left us for personal reasons, didn't ask us to respect his privacy, and we've done that, so we're not going to get into that. But he did leave us, and it created a little bit of a vacuum because that left Steve teaching every class every day. And then, of course, Jeff had approached us. We were in talks, and Jeff has a boxing background, and kind of slid into that role
100%.
Once a week and then twice a week, every other week. And
yeah, the schedule's confusing, but I love boxing.
yeah, Steve and Jeff.
No, it's not confusing for you. It's confusing for me.
It's definitely
Every week I got to remind him, hey, Steve, remember.
Hey, Jason.
You're this?
Jason, we have a group chat, me, Jeff, and Steve, and half of the group chat is trying to figure out who's teaching striking on what day.
I would literally be like, hey, is it my week? No, Steve.
No.
Jeff,
But you do have Saturdays.
Jeff will go.
He is very quick to remind me about Saturdays.
Just a friendly reminder. But so you've slid into that role and your boxing background and whatnot. I
Are you liking it?
I love it. You know, I didn't expect to love teaching people as much as I have. And I mean, if I'm honest with myself, because of my current health condition, I don't even feel qualified to teach. I mean, I have tons of knowledge. I've had the opportunity to train with many professional boxers, one UFC fighter. You know, and I'm talking about one-on-one, not in class settings. So like,
You're a fucking mess over there, bro.
This couch is not the best.
Is this your first time smoking a cigar?
I got to get used to this because I'm used to sitting up on the table and having the ashtray in front of me. I'm going to have to get used to. I mean, I'm liking it. It's way more comfortable.
That's nice.
Way more comfortable than sitting at the
His
table.
pants are made of ash.
Yeah, I've fucked my pants up bad.
Right, but what those people need more than anything is just somebody to show up for them.
guide them.
100%. Like, I mean, that's the whole adage. Like, if you can't do, you teach, right? Like, you know, Bill Belichick, the best NFL head coach.
Somebody
ever,
that
right?
cares.
He didn't play football. He wasn't very good when he did play football, but they need somebody to. And I'm gonna be honest. I struggled with that when I first started taking over fundamentals at the beginning of this year when our previous purple belt was teaching it and left us. And I decided, I talked to Steve, and I was like, hey, I've kind of shied away from coaching because of my schedule. But that was kind of a crutch because it really wasn't because of my schedule. It was mainly because I just was afraid that, I can't teach these guys anything. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not as good at jiu-jitsu. Like, like Steve and I have a joke, and I'm like, nobody's coming here to learn jiu-jitsu from me, right? Like, it's a joke in some aspects, right? Because there's obviously a lot of people that can learn jiu-jitsu from me. But so I had that fear, and then earlier this year when that happened, I was like, I'm gonna take over this class, and
I threw him into the wolves.
Yeah, and so we talked, and Steve was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, you should take that class."
That's what we do.
The whole idea of even opening up my own academy came from Steve. He planted that seed. I didn't have that thought.
Yeah,
he's like, "Hey, you should just open up your own academy and be a."
And that's still the goal. Like whether that be we open a second location under the banner of all three of us, as it is currently with this place, or you go out on your own. One way or the other, that's still the goal. Like at the end of the day. And I, much like you, have grown to love teaching. Like I love Tuesdays now. Like when I first started, I didn't think that I was gonna enjoy it as much. I love that Tuesday class now.
Think about it, right? Progress, right? Like the other day, I saw a Kat who's an amazing student and works her ass off.
Yo, that girl is a fucking
shout out to
beast.
Kat.
Yeah, and then she did this whole, and we just went over it like 2 classes ago. She did this whole slip into a hook into the right, and fucking, I was like, I could have cried.
Yeah. Right.
You learned, you listened, and you fucking put in place what I told you.
Right.
That was last night. I had Andy last night. He hit the scissor sweep in a live roll that we had just done last week in fundamentals, and I was like that. Like it made me feel so good. Like he executed like literally to a T the way that I had taught it. Yeah,
bro. The best 2 moments of my whole career was Khalil's head kick.
Oh my God, the
Khalil's head kick and Adriana's 4 gold medals. Hold on, 3 gold medals and 1 black medal.
Hey,
right? So I literally was analyzing this guy. Like I knew his game. Like I knew it. He was slipping to the right. He was circling away from Khalil's leg. I was like, Khalil, circle left, switch, and kick for the head. Bow!
Nothing better.
You know what's funny is that
I got Eric too.
I watched that fight. I was unfortunately not able to be there, so I watched it live, and I was like watching the fight, and I'm sitting there saying to myself, like, this is what's like. Steve better be fucking telling this motherfucker, like I'm saying it to myself, like at the intermission, like he better be telling that motherfucker, and he comes out of that round and fucking right. I mean, like literally, like right to the fucking. And it was super cool for me because remember in the first fight. The very first one, the one that he lost, he knocks the guy down, and he has that moment of low IQ where he doesn't jump on top and start. But when he knocked him down in that last fight,
he was on him like
it was, and it was like that moment. Like I was like, oh, dude, fuck
I was like, the animal's wounded, and he just gone.
Yeah. I mean,
like that moment.
You should see him in striking class right now. Like,
he's a different person.
He's teed up, and it's funny because if you look at. Like the very first fight, we've talked about it on the podcast before. Me, Steve, and Tommy at the time, we're backstage. Like we're obviously telling Khalil, like, hey, go out, you're gonna be fucking awesome. But the 3 of us are all having sidebars, like, dude, he's gonna get his fucking ass kicked.
What's fixing to happen? We don't know.
We don't know.
I had my doubts because and Khalil he'll attest to this. He just wasn't 100% there.
Well, he took the fight such short notice and didn't tell us.
He had an edible.
And he was out of his mind, stoned, which we got onto him, which was probably not the smart thing to do because we're yelling at him backstage, like, why the fuck are you stoned? So that wasn't smart either. But then we're having sidebars like, oh, I think this is going to be like 30 seconds and done, right? And so he goes out there and
puts on a fucking show.
Obviously he loses, but if he doesn't get knocked out, and it goes to the 3rd round. In my opinion of watching fighting for 20 years,
bro, he got out of.
He was winning. He was winning round. He won rounds 1 and 2. If it wasn't for the knockout, right?
Yep.
So if you take the knockout out the end of round 2, which was 20 seconds to go away, and you take it to the 3rd round, he's got a W in 1 and 2. All he has to do in round 3 is not get fucking knocked out. And he wins.
Walk around the ring.
And he's fucking 3-0 right now, right? So, I mean, it was an impressive feat, but to watch the difference of,
his growth.
He knocks down in December, he knocks this guy down, and he doesn't immediately, like he thought in his head, and that's that low fighter IQ, right? He just doesn't have it. He doesn't understand what's going on. he knocks him down, the ref doesn't call it, and then he doesn't follow through and get on top, right? But then by fight 3, he fucking knocked that dude, and he's right on top.
Easy, yeah.
Like, I mean, it was like instant.
White on rice, bro.
Yeah, like it was like, we've trained this, and he knows, like, hey, we watched that video and we talked about it. Hey, at this moment, why didn't you jump on him? And he's like, whoa. And he told it on the podcast. Well, I thought the ref was going to call it. I thought I knocked him out. And, but that goes to your point, like talking about how, like, watching the growth.
Even right, like this next fight's going to be so interesting because I get to watch, and Steve too. His cardio is at a completely another level.
Man,
his reflexes are insane.
Yeah,
and then right now he's at the point where he's having fun. Like, you should have seen him yesterday. He was doing some weird fucking Anderson Silva hand.
Oh hell no, he better not.
Hey, Khalil, if you listen to this, let's keep that shit in class only. Hey, I'll never forget at Fight 1 when Khalil did that retarded fucking round.
We're not doing none of that shit.
Yeah, Steve, you can hear it sort of kind of, if you listen closely, you can go, hey, none of that shit.
But the reflexes he was showing, even when he was playing around, it was like, man, he's getting to have fun, and his IQ is just through the roof at the moment.
Hey, so I got to give a shout out to Forza, Leo Perucci. He's the owner of Forza. He allows Khalil to come over there for some open rounds, and those guys got some heavy hitters. Shout out to Mark Barrett over at Team Impact in Coweta. Yeah. Thank you for helping fine tune some of his work and giving him some guys to beat up and some guys to beat him up. Yeah. So we appreciate it. But yeah, freaking, and then fast forward to Adriana.
Oh God, that was amazing.
That was, bro. I worked with this girl for 1 whole year.
And her first tournament was kind of lackluster. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because this was her second, right?
She got a bronze. And
and I mean, she did great, but there's the nerves. There's a lot of things tied into the first tournament.
I remember my first tournament, I just stood there and I was like, I used to know stuff.
My very first tournament ever, white belt, I think 2-stripe white belt, whatever, and I get 1 match. It goes the distance.
The Joker match.
It goes almost the distance. I got choked out with like 10 seconds left, which really pisses me off because I was up in points. And if I had known, I couldn't see the clock. If I had known how much time was left, I probably would have just waited to see if I got passed out or if I could win, because I was actually up in points, which sucks. But Steve tells me, he goes,
the infamous Joker.
The infamous Joker choke. He says, Joker choke.
Joker!
Joker choke, Joker choke.
Modified
the week before.
So I've got him in my guard, and now let's recap. I had been at work for 6 weeks.
You just got back like the day before.
I got home 2 days before the tournament, so I have missed class for 6 weeks. I've been training on the boat, as I can.
On the boat.
But
I did not take that into account.
The last 2 weeks was nonstop fucking Joker choke.
Yeah. So he had taught the Joker choke, but not to me ever. And so guy's in my guard. I'm trying to work collar chokes or whatever. And he goes, "You got the Joker choke. And I'm like, I literally,
20 times.
Yeah. And so after the, I don't know, 15th time of him saying this, I literally arch my back.
He stops what he's doing.
And I'm holding the guy's collar. I turn and I look at him because he's back over.
What the fuck is that?
And I give him this look like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Who? Joke or what?
And immediately Steve was like, "Oh yeah, my bad. I did. You weren't here for that."
There's certain moments like that are just hilarious.
Yeah. I'll never forget. I'll never. I mean, that was 5 years ago, and I'll never fucking forget that.
Remember when he told me to pull guard and I got scared?
He's like, "Fuck, I got burpees."
We used to.
got PTSD.
So, hey, no joke, Jason. You weren't here for these days, but we used to have a rule. And if you pulled guard, the whole class did burpees.
Oh, we still have a fucking rule.
And but you don't. It was enforced back then.
He says, if you pull guard during competition,
no!
You guys are going to break the heat out of me.
But
if you pull guard during competition, you do 1,500 burpees.
Yeah.
So here I am with this big ass
and he says it.
Everybody hates me.
I'm standing next to him. I'm standing next to Steve, and Jeff gets him in this guillotine, right? Like a half guillotine. It's not. I mean, it's a pretty decent guillotine, but Steve goes, "Pull guard!"
Hey, the whole team is like,
"Who is this guy?"
So it's a trap. Right?
It's a trap. Don't do it.
There's no way he means it.
Hey, Ron pulled guard at that Grappling Industries.
Grappling Industries,
He did that Tomonagi. He
did.
freaking Tomonagi the fucking
He
guy.
won that
across.
match, too.
Yeah. He won that one. Yep.
That's okay.
Hey, so back to
wrong with that.
back to
But yeah,
Adriana.
go, Adriana.
So I'm working with this girl, right, for a whole year, and we just working this armbar setup. Pull guard, butt scoot out, feed the head to the back of the knee, pull the arm. Bro, she gets to the first. Her mom calls me first. She's like, "Hey, I signed Adriana for all 4 divisions." I said, "What?"
Hey, when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Poor girl.
I'm like, "This is her second tournament. Are you really gonna do that to her?" Oh,
Mama don't care.
She goes,
Which,
but I
hey,
thought
Mama Bear don't care.
I'm
She's
glad
like-
she fucking did. I'm glad she did.
and she was like, "We're just trying to give her the best chance." I'm like, "You know what? Awesome, let's
I
get
like
it."
it.
So
4 golds.
we had a private the week before because her parents go to the lake every other weekend, right? So we're working the setup. Boom, first fucking fight. She looks like she's terrified. She
I
walks up.
coached her first fight.
Yeah.
And there's nothing better when you are screaming and someone listens to you.
Someone actually
and you're
listens,
like,
yeah.
oh my God,
She
she's
won.
doing it.
She won.
Yeah, hey,
She
but the
won.
thing
She
is, this-
had 10 matches.
This was the scary part. She walked out there like she was terrified.
Oh, I know.
yeah.
She's
And
and
then
the
the
look on her
referee-
face, she's scared to death as soon as they blow the whistle.
The one referee was Brazilian, and he was like, "Combate." She looked at him. She was like,
What does that mean?
"Huh?"
What does that mean?
This is America.
And he goes,
Fight.
"Fight." And dude,
Immediately.
the T2000 came out of her. She was just like, "Whoa."
So she went 10 for 10, didn't lose a match, and 9 out of the 10 matches
Submissions.
she won by submission. That's Gordon
I'm
Ryan
worried
numbers.
about her
That's
just by the
Gordon.
look on her face before she starts.
yeah.
And immediately she just kills people. Like, what is going on?
You know,
Like, I don't get this.
You know how Atticus won his first gold medal?
Oh, yo, this is fucking great.
Dude,
He scared
you talk
the shit
about
out of
scared. He scared the shit because Atticus, and I got to stand up to show this, but
Literally
put it on
shit.
camera.
Literally shit himself.
This was Atticus, right? So
I love Atticus.
Atticus has never been this serious. And so Steve talks to him before the match. He's like, "You ready to go?" He's like, "Yeah." And before he walks out, this is what Atticus does. He grabs his gi. He goes, and he walks out to the center. I'm not shitting you. That kid that he was fighting started crying.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit! I didn't even know I put that.
Man down.
This is a bad setup for me.
He's just like against the couch now.
It's all good. I know this is the best podcast ever.
this is my
Swear,
idea.
I guarantee it.
Did we do the black light before?
No.
But you know what's funny is that
We did, but we should.
so Jeff's podcast back on episode 2 was up until, for whatever reason, I still can't figure it out. But up until Gunny, story time with Gunny, Jeff's was the reigning champ
No, you mean
of
Gunny's,
most.
you mean Gunny's podcast?
Yeah, Gunny's podcast. At
This
one
was-
point, Gunny told me to shut up.
People
I'm
love
the
that.
host, and he
People
says,
loved his podcast.
He goes, "I'm not done yet." I was trying to change
Everybody,
the subject.
nobody said a word
No,
after
no,
that.
no.
You got it, Gunny.
But for some reason, that surpassed yours in listen. Yours was like 1,250, and I think his is up to like 1,300 at this point, listens. So, I mean, but yours is still, and then Austin's is number 3. Both of Austin's. Austin's is 3 and 4. I think
Which
his
Austin?
Austin Long.
Austin Long,
got it.
for sure.
He said
Austin,
for sure.
yeah. Austin Ellison, no offense, his did okay.
For the first minute.
Yeah, it's not a very long. They don't listen. Gunny's is the longest. Is the most listened for.
Oh,
for-
like front and beginning?
Yeah, like people kept listening. Jeff's was before that. And then both of Austin's did really
How did
well.
Michelle's do? Is that Michelle?
Hers did really well too. She's up there in the top 8 or so. I think we've done 35 of these now.
Really?
Yeah, man. We've done
Wow.
quite a
We're
few
on a
of
third
these.
season.
Third season, 35 of these.
I really liked the Skylar Cummings one.
Man, I wish we could get her in studio.
But well, she wants to do a seminar out here. She has.
Let's fucking bring her, man. I love.
Yeah.
She's awesome. I follow her and I like everything that she puts out because it's awesome to see someone young, a female. I mean, just fucking killing it. And
On
she's-
fire.
And she just does judo. I mean, she's killing it in fucking judo. And her kids are killing it. Her
Shout
fucking
out to
adults.
Top Game Martial Arts out there in
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
And no, Rhode Island, right?
Look it up. I think it's Connecticut.
It's
See
Rhode
where
Island.
she's at.
It's Rhode
find,
Island.
Find out where she's at.
What's it called?
Top Game Martial Arts.
Yeah, it's Rhode Island.
You might be right.
She's
You're
next
probably
to
right.
Surge.
She's awesome. We had her on early in the beginning of this.
Top game.
We didn't know how to do remote. We still don't know how to do remote properly, and I don't put the time into it because I like the studio atmosphere. I don't know what the fuck you're looking at.
What are we doing, bro?
Top game?
Top game mode? What the fuck is that?
Oh, I said
game.
Rhode Island.
No,
Top
martial
game.
arts.
Oh, martial arts.
Jesus fuck. Just take the Rhode Island out. I don't know if it's in.
It's in Rhode Island. It's in Rhode Island.
That's her right there. Top game martial arts.
Near Coventry.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, that's her. That's her place.
Yep.
But we had her on. It's a great
Look up
episode.
About Us.
We talked a lot about women empowerment in judo and the
Click up About
problems.
Us.
We talked about the problems with the abuse that goes on. That's her right there.
That's her on
Skylar
the left.
Cummings. Yeah, that's
her
her dad.
sister on the right.
Her dad, Chris Cummings. He helps her a lot with that place, and I mean, everywhere they go.
She owns the place. Like that's her baby.
I mean, and she's in her 20s.
Yep.
So something to aspire to, Jeff.
She's a badass. She's a
We
badass
should definitely
athlete.
invite her.
Yeah, we need to bring her out for
She's
sure.
definitely a badass athlete.
We need to make that happen because that would be awesome.
It's in Plainfield.
There you go. I don't know why.
But it's near Coventry, right? Yeah, it's near Coventry.
Yeah. Yeah, check her out if you're in Rhode Island. It says Eastern Connecticut right there. Has classes in Eastern Connecticut.
Plainfield, Connecticut.
Look up the damn address. This is driving me nuts now.
Go to
Rhode Island.
Go to
Eastern Connecticut.
It does say Eastern Connecticut.
That's not the address, though. Damn it.
Yeah, look up her address.
Okay.
Oh my god. You driving me
You know what's funny is that one of these days I'm gonna put Steve on the board. One of these
Yeah, we're
days.
gonna make Steve come back over
Right
here.
there, that's it, right there. It's 12 Norwich Road, Unit C, Plainfield, Connecticut.
That's the
So I was
address.
right.
Shit.
I was
They
right.
live in Connecticut?
I mean, I'm always right, but that's fine.
He's always right. Listen to Josh. Just listen to
you know what?
Josh.
I take that back. You know what? Yeah. So he's right because I've seen her at winter camps when I was an instructor over in Rhode Island.
There you go.
Well, I mean, Rhode Island's right there.
They're next door.
Yeah, that's that whole
So you know
area.
what? Fuck you guys, right?
Fuck you guys.
You know how small Rhode Island
Screw you
is?
guys.
Good burpees tomorrow.
I'm out of
It's
here.
fun. I won't be here tomorrow. It's Thursday.
Me either.
Yeah, screw your burpees.
Judo. So there's people that do judo tomorrow.
Nope.
So Jeff,
Gunny's teaching.
so where do you see like the striking? I know you and Steve are kind of splitting it between like a Muay Thai and then your boxing background. And where's your vision for taking this program?
And in a perfect world, if we get the student activity, like I would love to.
You mean if we continue the student activity?
Yeah, I mean
that's a
the
good
program's
point.
growing. It's actually grown at a really good rate in the last
Very
2
recently,
months.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I want to put tracks up on the ceiling so we can move the bags around. I want to have like 20 bags lined up that we can get out of the way whenever we need it. I want a ring. I mean, I think a ring would be really cool because we have a lot of space in this facility that we can make use of over time.
Yeah.
I mean, I want us to train fighters. I mean, I think it sounds like a blast. I want to have a 6 a.m. class, a noon class, an afternoon class. I want real fighting techniques.
Full time, baby.
So we just released that starting September 3rd. We're going to launch a cardio style boxing / kickboxing / boxing program at 9 a.m.
And the difference is you're going to learn real boxing technique, Olympic style boxing technique. And you're not just going to be dancing.
Yeah.
I mean, no
Instead of
offense to the other places.
and there's nothing wrong with those things. But the difference of what we're going to do is it's going to be high paced. It's going to be which
It'll be intense.
Yeah, you're gonna sweat. It's gonna be high paced. It's gonna be cardio. But instead of just you throwing your hands out there,
Most people are just doing a circuit. That's the problem with cardio kickboxing.
Right.
Right. So I do like the hybrid of having the boxing style taught because, yes, you're gonna learn how to slip. You're gonna learn how to switch your stance. You're gonna learn how to do actual techniques versus, all right, you're just gonna do 1-2, 1-2 for 30 minutes, and then the next 30 minutes you're just gonna do push-ups and sit-ups and
And
cardio
you'll see these poor
kickboxing.
people are doing their 1-2s and they're doing them like this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
They're
why
not
is
bringing
nobody
their,
correcting them.
They're not bringing their fists back up because they're just doing it for whatever cardio reasons. And there's a place for that. There's nothing wrong with that.
With this class, we can focus on a lot of the details.
Right.
And then as they progress, all right, now we're going to turn it up.
Yeah, and the goal is to hopefully get some of these people to be like, oh, I want to do the striking program or whatever, So we're going to run that class Monday through Friday, 9 to 10, and then we're going to run it also Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7. So that's exciting. We've never tried anything like that, kind of midday, that intense before in terms of 5 days a week plus 2 more days at night. So that's an exciting thing to kind of add to the schedule. And we've been really focused in the last 2 months at utilizing more of the schedule time. There's a lot of downtime. We pay a lot of money for this building to use it for a very minimal amount of hours. And so,
I really
need to make the best use of it.
Yeah, and I just think that it's time for us to start, exploring other ways to use this space. And
we have so much talent and knowledge. I mean, Steve knows fucking every martial art there is, pretty much.
Fuck out of here, you fucking crazy.
I mean, you got the Muay Thai background, you got the boxing certifications, you got Krav Maga, you got fucking judo, you got jiu-jitsu. I mean, what else is there? I mean, we could teach you Aikido, I guess.
Wrestling.
You got wrestling, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's a wrestling coach for, helps with Quita. And
I mean, I think we can be the premier location for training fighters.
Yeah.
We can compete with any one of them.
I think we can definitely.
I think Gunny hit it on the nail. We're definitely a hybrid.
Yeah, and I think that we've made inroads with XFN, and I think we can leverage that to leverage might be the wrong word, but funnel that to to use to making
I like that word.
us the premier place where people in Tulsa come to they want to train to actually get in the cage and fight. This is going to be the place. And there's a lot of places.
Shout out to Khalil. He's the one that's putting it out there, man.
For sure. And there's a lot of places in the 918, a lot of great places in 918. We've talked about a few of them already on the podcast, and we've talked about a lot of them before. We have a lot of friends in the 918 that train. Shout out to Micah, who was on the podcast before, and he won his fight just this past month.
Yeah. Jimmy Flick,
he won his most recent. Or no, he did not. He didn't win. He lost on a decision.
No.
Yeah,
but he won the one before that.
Won the one before that.
That's the one
which
that
got him. The one before that's the one that got him the new contract. The new contract. So.
Well, we got some hungry people internally that want to fight. Tyler, he's turning into a monster.
November he fights.
Yeah, we're getting him on the card in November.
Tyler, yeah,
which
Tyler,
I should be home for. Thank God.
6 months ago, Tyler couldn't even fucking jump rope.
He would evade.
Right?
He would be running.
Oh yeah, he would evade.
He would run from the fight. So now he's like,
and he listens too.
Forward.
We gave him a rule. He's like, no more running. You can do 2 back steps max, but then you're either moving forward or you're moving around.
I like it.
Listens.
Tyler is a great student.
Machine.
He's a great student because he will take all the criticism in the world, and he
doesn't take it personal.
He doesn't take it personal. He listens and he says, "Okay, yep, I'm gonna work
We're
on
supposed to
that."
start working out together at Vasa.
Nice.
That dude made me so. I was emotional when I did his blue belt.
Yeah.
Like I was.
Saturday was emotional. We had John Awano out. He was our last podcast guest, and Saturday was an emotional day. Giving Jeff Larson his purple belt.
Fuck, man. OG
Jeff cried.
Status right there, bro.
Jeff cried.
That dude's been
Jeff predates me.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff was here when I joined. Him and Ricky were already training there when I started.
He got his blue belt at Elm?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we all did. We all got our blue belts at Elm. Me, Jeff, and Jeff, and John.
That's 3 years.
Brown.
That's
and then,
over 3 years at blue.
Before Brown, there was Alex McGee. Got his blue at Quitter.
And then
No, I'm kidding.
And then
Chad Quitter.
Everybody quits. I mean, everybody quits at the blue belt. That's hard.
Listen, I'm the one that usually wants to say what he's saying. Man. I'm just like,
it is what it is. I mean, they can come back.
I've said this many times.
They can come back.
The podcast is an extra entity or a different entity than the school itself.
Yeah.
And while
yes, it is.
I don't believe that truly. This is a little bit of a fun podcast, so I'm calling people out today. And I'm spilling my drink, so I'm pissed.
and ash all over yourself.
Hey, we got that one. We got that on video.
We got it all.
We did.
I'm bad.
We got it.
I'm gonna have to get used to this couch. I like the couch. If you're watching,
I love it.
This new podcast setup is that we changed it up. We got rid of the table. We went with a couch. It's more relaxing.
Yeah, the last time I was on a podcast, you guys had me sitting on a
Oh my god! Well, that was episode 2. We were doing it in the office at the warehouse.
I was like balancing. And
you were sitting sitting on this chair right here.
Air conditioner running in the background.
Well, he was on in the early, so we didn't have it was cold, so we were probably all wearing sweaters on that episode, so we didn't need the AC.
Bro.
Hey,
we have moved up like the Jeffersons.
Hey, like the school and like Steve and I, this podcast has improved over time. Like I said, I think this is 36, episode 36 now,
Season
I think.
3?
Season 3, episode 36 total, and it's been a constant improve. We've never been happy with the status of it. And Steve and I have always looked to improve it. Then we brought Jason on board. Last year, right?
Yeah, it's been about a year.
Not only listen,
Matt Reyna's episode was the first episode.
I got to say this too. So not only we have progressed and grown truly as a martial art academy, but or podcast, but the people in the academy, there's certain people that have just flourished, right? Jason Ellison over here being one of them, right? He went from having this luscious, beautiful ponytail hair.
Yeah.
I'm just growing it all in my face now.
And now he reversed it.
Purple belt.
He was also chubby as fuck.
Congrats.
Right,
Congrats on that.
He wasn't chubby. He was fluffy.
I don't
He was
think
fluffy.
our last episode.
He looks like a badass now. He used to look like a porn star.
I don't think we mentioned it. Yeah, he looked like Ron Jeremy for a while.
Ron Jeremy's
there.
little brother.
No, you can take that back. No, stop. You can't have that. You can't take that, Jason. No.
I got it. I got it.
His facial features are not good.
Oh no, Ron Jeremy's an ugly son of a bitch for sure.
It's a mixture of Peter North. Remember him?
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
That's how you know I've been around.
That's the old Marine Corps days of watching it.
In the barracks.
But hey, congrats to Jason Ellison on purple belt.
Delete.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're not talking about that.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about that today.
Jason Pulowski got his brown belt.
That's right. That's Jason P.
Fuck that one up. Crash that out.
It's a lot of this episode.
We're at an hour and 35 minutes, baby.
I hope the cops aren't at my door tomorrow.
The cops are
at my door.
Hey, being that we can't go to Worlds this time. Listen, I'm going to fucking Canes after this shit.
You guys aren't going?
No, we can't. We only have 6:25.
This is a plot to
That's it.
to something else.
Yeah.
And so I am a purple belt.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're not going to the Worlds, then yeah, we can say that you're a purple belt.
I totally forgot about that. So yeah, we're good. That was my buzz. My buzz.
So Jason Ellison, congrats on your purple belt.
Yes. I can skip
Double gold at the last
double
tournament.
gold, baby.
Fuck
Awesome.
yeah, dude.
I was so happy. I was watching those updates at the AGF. You need to get on board with.
Bro, he was texting me too. He was like, "Hey, any updates?" I'm like, "Bro, these fucking kids are killing it today. What the fuck?"
Between the kids and Jason and fucking Kyle's monster.
I told Jeff. I said, Jeff, you're in charge of updating me.
Yeah.
So what's this new? What's the new tournament? What's the one? Well, you would tell me to.
I think Naga. Go to Naga.
Naga.
Go
I
get a
think Naga's in December.
Swords. Get a sword.
And a shield.
And when?
December.
November.
You can get a sword and a belt.
In November.
December 6th.
You got plenty of fucking time.
Yeah, December.
What's that? What's the other one though? Somebody posted the other day. It was like
Submission Hunter Pro.
no. It's like
I can get you in that if you want.
Dallas.
That's a pro card status. Though,
What's
right?
the
That's a pro card, yeah.
No, the other one was like something to do with Stranglemania or some shit. I don't,
What?
That I
the
would
fuck is
never
that?
go to.
Somebody's garage.
The name itself sounds fucking
The garage around the corner.
fuck out of here. Strangle
When
fest.
is Submission Hunter Pro?
Jeff's
You
going.
just gotta get on the
Jiu-jitsu.
calendar.
When is it?
You got to get on the calendar and check it out.
There's one every couple
I don't know.
weeks or something, month. I don't know. Jeff's going to Stranglemania.
Yeah, I'm
So,
going.
so they're another version of Fight to Win Pro.
Okay.
They're just out here very often. So Fight to Win Pro travels everywhere.
Who's number one? All that shit.
Yeah.
I might have to do that.
So yeah,
Number one.
No,
Who's
fight
number
to win.
you go fight Gordon Ryan on who's number one.
Give me Gordon.
Hey, listen, before you even get there, before you get there, his envelope is already sealed.
I know it.
From weeks ago.
Heel hook.
He's like,
Heel hook. from mount.
No,
reverse mount.
He's gonna be like, I'm gonna grab his finger.
Yeah, mean look. He's gonna do what Atticus did.
Just a mean look.
You know, the best
Submission by mean look.
the best is
That might be all it takes.
Submission by payout.
the best is the smother one when he literally
mother's milk?
I'm gonna smother this
Mother's milk.
motherfucker. I'm gonna smother it.
That's my favorite.
Put my tits.
Hey, we can't say that on the podcast. Somebody told us we're not allowed to say that.
What?
What?
MM?
I'm just being funny.
Eminem.
Remember?
What?
Remember in that text? Jesus Christ, guys. Goodbye.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
Oh my fucking God.
that was hypothetical.
Jesus Christ.
Good
guys.
luck on the editing, Josh.
Bro, you're gonna need Jesus.
Oh, shit.
That's fucking great.
This has been, I don't know if it's
It's been my favorite.
this has been a lot of fun.
This has been my favorite so far.
Austin, my brother was, the one we did in December was a lot of fun. But this has been awesome. The camaraderie is just, I mean, Jeff, you've always fit in with me and Steve and, you know, Jason. And
We always been
it's
tight, too.
Yeah.
Always been tight.
From the beginning. Yeah.
I can't, I love.
Like literally since the fucking beginning. All of us.
We've got a lot of ideas and a lot of things coming out, and we work well together. And I'm excited about the future with you on board and where we're gonna.
I'm pumped, man.
Yeah.
I can't fucking wait.
What is it? August
15? 16?
16th?
The fight?
August 16th.
August 16th.
August 16th. Khalil's fighting, so Jeff gets to partake in the walkout and all that
Can't
shit.
wait.
I hope so. I want to see me. He's been doing some Tommy Hearn stuff. He's been. His striking's ridiculous.
I'm back on the boat,
can't
so I won't be
wait.
there. So Jeff,
I'm
you
a
get to
fucking
take my
speed back
place.
2 weeks, baby. I'm a speed back machine now.
I taught Steve how to
We
do
got
speed bag, you know?
And the other thing we got going on is we got the final boss training. So
Final
Jeff,
boss training.
Jeff
We
and
gotta,
Steve.
we got to restart that. We got to restart that again.
Jeff and Steve are on their journey back to being super fit, and it's going to be awesome to see. And
Dude, if I can get down to my Marine Corps weight,
which
right?
was
200?
185, 189. That's what I was.
yeah, that's a good weight.
And I was 6-pack going to 8-pack, like just.
Yeah, that's a good weight.
I can get you there. You just got to stop eating the canes.
Yep, no more
Canes.
canes.
I haven't, this is my first time canes since the last time
No
I brought it to
pretzels.
you.
Canes
Oh,
is so
that's
fucking good.
fucking-
No
that-
Snyders.
Fuck Snyder.
We're going to have an announcement to everybody. Be like, all eyes on Steve. No fucking
Canes
junk
is so
food.
fucking good.
No,
No,
soda.
dude, my thing is, no, that's my thing. My thing is soda. Like, I literally will take a fucking 2-liter and put a straw in that bitch.
You know what?
With high shoes.
You know what used to be
I haven't had chai.
your kryptonite used to be those slushies from fucking Sonic.
With
Remember
With
those?
blue raspberry with nerds, extra syrup.
You gave him another stop. He's going to go on another stop on the way home.
That's 1,200 calories right there.
Bro, dude, I would say Route 44, and they would be like, "Oh, hey sir, how are you?" And I'm like, "Oh fuck, they know me." Shit.
It's like that.
One of my cheat.
Half the cup would be nerds and syrup, and then the rest was like this much of the ice.
When I was
1,800 calories.
when I was bodybuilding,
Fuck,
I used to one of my cheat meals. I had a few of them, but one of my Friday night was always cheat meal day. It was a meal, not the whole week was strict, but Friday night was cheat meal night, and one of my meals was the
cheat
Sonic.
meal day or
no one meal
One
for
meal.
the whole week.
That's
Yeah.
how it's supposed to be. Is one
Yeah,
meal.
it's not a day.
I need a cheat
Some
day.
people do the day.
The day will fuck
when
your
you're
whole
when you're
week.
bodybuilding, you do a meal, but the Sonic burger with a Route 44 Dr Pepper with
What kind of
vanilla in
burger?
it.
Double
the
cheeseburger.
double
Yes.
cheese from Sonic.
Bro, I don't care what anybody says. Them dudes are fucking juicy.
Oh, they were
as
fucking
fuck.
amazing. Yeah,
The double?
that was and then my other cheat meal was the gargantuan sub from Jimmy John's.
Ooh, that's good.
Never had
That was
Jimmy
my-
John's.
Oh my god, that fucking thing is it was amazing. It was awesome.
Lately, I've been doing.
It's like
I go to
1,300 calories.
Jersey Mike's number 16, which is a Philly chicken cheese.
Jersey Mike has the best meatball sub.
Chicken cheese on rosemary parm with bacon, no onions, no lettuce.
I'm a sucker
So
for
it's chicken
subs.
cheese on fucking nothing but carbs.
Chicken cheese bacon.
Yeah. And I get the
I'm a
giant
sucker for
one, so
subs.
it's a 16-inch fucking nothing but fucking carbs.
I'm a sucker for subs.
So starting next week, all eyes on Steve.
Hell yeah.
All eyes on Steve.
Good luck.
Follow him around.
I'm gonna get that umbrella and I'm gonna stick it out. It's gonna have the fucking middle finger on it as I drive past you guys. Every store is gonna have like a picture of me, like, "Do not serve
Do
him."
not serve this guy.
You ever see
Never.
Jackass?
Yeah.
So they did that with the fat guy. The fat guy, they put it a poster board, a billboard, and it says, "Do not serve this motherfucker," because he wanted pizza. So he would go. He would try to go anywhere and everywhere to find pizza. That's me.
We're gonna have to go to Uncle Vinny's.
And the spot right up in Broken Arrow, Mob.
Oh, that's stupid.
Hey, Mod went bankrupt.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, they filed for Chapter 11. Mod.
They're closing?
They filed for Chapter 11. They haven't disclosed what the
Dude, I used to eat there like
all the time.
So the best pizza
At the car wash.
there's
Twice
two
a
places. The best pizza in the 918 is either East Bohemian.
Andolini's.
Yes.
No, East Bohemian downtown Tulsa is hands down the best pizza. If you've never
East
been there,
Bohemian?
East
Yes,
Bohemian,
never had it.
It's on
downtown
Pride
Tul-
Street.
Oh my god!
What?
I took Steve there for his birthday.
Okay.
Last year. Or the
Last
year
year.
before? Yeah, sure.
Last
Yeah.
year.
Haven't had
And then the other place
ever since I've been going.
is Vinny's, but East Bohemian is if you've never been.
If you want New York style.
Is it a bar?
No.
It's
Actually, yeah, they have a bar.
It's bar,
They have a
but it's
considered a restaurant.
Yeah, it's New Haven style pizza. It's oven fired. The crust is real crispy.
Bro, it's so good. And
Yeah,
it's like
fucking
it's
amazing.
not like you can get it's a personal pizza, but dude, it's not your average personal pizza.
No.
It's
I eat
and
the
then
whole fucking thing.
The other place is NYC Pizza in Tulsa.
That's
Yeah,
good too.
yeah, I know
That's
that one,
really
yeah.
good.
Middle of
And
nowhere almost.
Vinny's is
That's the middle of the hood.
Vinny's is amazing. If you,
You
want
know,
like
you know, it's really good for you next week. Chicken breast.
Oh, I love chicken breast.
Brown
Chicken
rice.
butt.
I'm down.
my bodybuilding.
As
my
long as I can put
bodybuilding
my
now.
Spanish seasoning on it, I'm good.
Chicken, brown rice, and vegetables.
You know what's the
Vegetables,
worst chicken for you?
What?
Boiled chicken. That shit
Boiled?
sucks.
so gross.
It was just tasteless. Like
Yeah,
You
no.
should put the
Smoke that shit on the smoker and you're good.
that's
put
how
the
you, if you
Louisiana
want to
hot sauce on
No
there.
flavor.
none.
Put that Louisiana hot sauce on there with no calories.
Or do like, was it Jay Cutler? I don't think it was Jay Cutler. He just puts a whole bunch of sugar-free barbecue
Yeah,
sauce.
That's
you can
Ronnie
do that
Coleman.
too.
Ronnie Coleman.
Ronnie
that's
Yeah,
Coleman
he
does
did
it.
it on the special.
it. Yeah.
Bro, he would take 2 tubs. I don't even know how many fucking chickens were killed that day.
Oh yeah, he's
I'm gonna tell you right now, he literally ate just
I mean, those
breast
guys-
after breast, and he was just cutting with a fork and
They're eating 9,000 to 10,000 calories. Those guys, the big guys like that. I mean, I
like-
was eating.
he
I was
has
eating
to, though.
6,000.
That dude has
and I was
to.
only 250.
I like to go to
when I was
Walmart
bodybuilding.
and get the rotisserie chicken.
Oh, I'll eat the whole fucking thing.
they're so good.
so
fucking
$4
good.
is not a better
It's
deal.
like, yeah, it's not that much at all for a whole chicken.
But chicken's good for you.
You should have seen
So
his
good
meal.
for-
His meal that he sent me yesterday. Well, today, the fuck did you send me?
Me?
A bite of cheese and fucking.
Oh yeah, the
All
Snyder's
you're eating?
pepperoni.
We're doing a bite of cheese.
That's,
That's it.
hey, that's a pizza right there.
Bro, he's eating every ingredient separately. He's like, bro, he's got a block of cheddar.
That's
Hey,
fucking.
he's
It
got
still
a block,
makes it a pizza, bro.
I'm a T-Rex.
block of
bro.
cheddar. He's like,
This food talk's
I got pizza in my mouth.
Pizza in my mouth.
food talk's making me hungry.
Me too.
I'm starving.
I'm surprised we haven't ordered fucking food yet.
We did that on
Bro, I was
the podcast,
fucking drunk.
the
though.
first episode 1
was
or
drunk.
episode 2.
That was fucked up.
1. Well, yeah, episode 1. Yeah. With Austin.
All right, well, it is 10:30.
Yeah,
We're
it's
an hour and
wrap it up.
45 minutes, baby.
It's definitely time to wrap this
We
up.
beat this one up.
Jeff, we
Yeah.
appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate
As
you.
always,
This one's
guys.
been a good
Appreciate
one.
you guys. I love you
Appreciate
guys.
you on board with our journey here at Cohesion, man.
I think all of us are gonna. Well, I don't know about Josh because he'd be breaking it up, but all of us will be able to do this.
He's the rich guy.
Yeah, but like we can. This will be our life here pretty soon.
2 weeks, baby. It's just gonna go down.
This has been my life since
Just-
2011.
Just wait.
It's awesome.
Can't wait.
Like Steve said, it's going to be. I love having you on board, and I think
We just mesh well, man. We really fucking do. So, hey, shout out to the sponsors: Monkey Tape, fucking Jitzilla, Redcon One.
That's it.
Who else we got?
well, not a sponsor,
Raise the
but
bar fitness just because we talked about him so
Yeah.
much today, and he's amazing. He is.
Fuck yeah!
not
Shout
a
out
spon-
James.
Not a sponsor, but shout out to our last guest, John Awano, and Team Tsunami. Tsunami.
Tsunami. What? Punani? What the
Tsunami.
Punani.
Team Tsunami. We officially became a part of Team Tsunami. We hadn't really said it when we were on the podcast with John, but we are officially a part of that. And shout out to John Awano for
And
coming
if
out
you're
here.
looking for some awesome gear, make sure you go to awano.com.
Yeah, for sure.
That's it.
Yeah.
Got some gis, rash guards, gloves, you name it, it's on there.
And after you're done there, go to cohesionshop.com.
Yeah,
That's
go
it.
there too.
Absolutely.
Find some
For
merch.
sure.
Or you could do it at the same time.
Do it.
You split screen it?
Just do it like Nike.
Yeah. Just
All right.
do it.
Shout out, everybody. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining. Make sure you watch, subscribe, and share.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Marco.